Good morning. It's 2 days to the JoyNews National Media Freedom Dialogue on defending media freedom ahead of the December general election. And welcome to JoyNews at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM and Hits 103.9 FM in Accra. Also live on Love 99.5 FM in Kumasi and over 30 affiliates across Ghana and 16 regions, including Volta Premier Ho and Menuveva Aflao, Lolonyo FM Hohoi and Kekeli FM Ho. Get radio, TV and online content on the myjoyonline.com interactive app for Android and iOS devices. Coming up, a Greek minister cautions Ghanaians to expect food shortages by end of September as it moves to ban the export of grains with immediate effect.
We should have been seeing their grains on the market in Tamale by now. Clearly, there are no grains on the market now, but we should have the full impact by the end of September.
Also, 5 CSOs sue SML, GRA and former Finance Minister Ken Oforiatta to recover over 1 billion cedis in alleged illegal contracts.
Our money was being spent without any procurement plan. What was the essence for sole sourcing in this case? You don't find any. We're also asking the court to recover the money from SML.
Coming up in business.
Government worried about negative impact on city as it seeks more dollars to finance imports of vet food shortage. We've got details on the Joy Business Report.
And later, life-saving equipment critical for the treatment of cancer at the Konfonochi Teaching Hospital held up at the port over a 1 million cedi import duties. These and more coming up with me, Mami Sinyamiche Thompson. Stay for details. The Greek Minister Brian Echampon says the country should expect to feel the impact of a looming food shortage by the end of September. Preliminary assessment of the impact of the dry spell on 8 regions revealed nearly 500,000 directly affected, with 10.4 billion cedis already lost in revenue. Almost 1 million farmers are also at risk of being affected by the dry spell, with an estimated revenue loss of 22.2 billion cedis to the country. Speaking to JoyNews, Mr. Champon assured that interventions are underway to avert the food crisis.
The transitional zone harvest and the northern harvest should come in around the 20th of September. In fact, those who planted early, we should have been seeing their grains on the market in Tamale by now. Clearly, there are no grains on the market now, but we should have the full impact by the end of September. And that is why we are putting in the interventions and now to ensure that by September we have enough grains on the market to ensure that we don't have food shortages or distortions on our food price systems.
Now, President of the Peasant Farmers Association, Bismarck Owusu-Nortey, kicked against the decision to ban the export of locally produced grains, saying the move will not enable farmers to recover their lost investments.
This ban is not a new thing, if you know. And remember, the former minister did same. And farmers had serious challenges because it forced the prices of these products to go down. And farmers couldn't recover the investment they made on their produce. So if you are announcing a ban, the ideal thing is to put in place local measures.
Away from that, a life-saving equipment meant for the oncology unit of the Konfonochi Teaching Hospital has been held up at the port over the hospital's inability to pay a 1 million cedi import duty. The equipment is critical to the treatment of cancer. Now, Chief Executive Officer of CATH, Professor Audrey Adai-Mensah, wants government to waive the charges. Nana Yaujima reports.
The hospital, after the procurement of the equipment at the cost of $110,000, is now battling payment of a 1 million cedi import duty. CEO Dr. Adai-Mensah says the breakdown of the equipment is recorded occasionally.
You would recall that our oncology doctors went on strike and was on the basis of the fact that a LINAC machine had not been repaired. We entered into a PPM. We are paying around $210,000 a year for the PPM. We fixed that. Then there was a problem with the water phantom that was required to calibrate the radiotherapy doses. Now guess what? It had not been budgeted for. The total cost was $110,000. We have paid for that. The equipment is in-house, but we are having to battle with about 1 million cedis by way of duty. We have written for exemption. Dr. Nsia Asari and the Ministry of Finance are working very hard at it.
Now, 5 civil society organizations, including CDD, ASEP, GACC, Human Rights and Governance Center, and Media Foundation for West Africa, are suing Strategic Mobilization Limited, SML, the Ghana Revenue Authority, GRA, and the Attorney General and former Finance Minister, Ken Ofori-Atta. The CSOs are seeking to recover over 1 billion cedis, claiming that the 7 contracts awarded to SML violated procurement laws and should be declared void. They've taken the case to the Accra High Court. Martin Pebu is their lawyer.
An invitation to the High Court to hold the defendants accountable for their various actions. Our money was being spent without any procurement plan. Can you imagine? So that's like impulse buying. What was the essence for sole sourcing in this case? What was the justification? You don't find any. We're also asking the court to recover the money from SML and or any other person that the court deems fit. And Ofori-Atta will answer for extending the contracts, for authorizing the continuation of the contracts.
Martin Pebu is lawyer for the CSOs. Now, the Minister for Finance, Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam, has revealed that Ghana Cocoa is currently procuring some 60 million cedis cocoa syndicated loan. This is contrary to the position of CEO for Cocoa Board, Joseph Wahin Edu. The CEO at a press conference last Tuesday indicated that Ghana will begin financing its cocoa production from the 2024-2025 season with local monies. But speaking at a press encounter yesterday, Finance Minister Mohamed Amin Adam said Cocoa Board is currently chasing some $600 million in syndicated loan.
They were not abandoning syndication. Syndication negotiations are ongoing, except that it will not raise the total amount required to purchase cocoa. A syndication, if you want further information, I can tell you that it is not bringing in more than 600 million US. Meanwhile, the RF, the request for proposal, was up to 1.5 billion US. And so it is not being abandoned. It is being pursued side by side with alternative ways of raising funds to buy cocoa.
The Works and Housing Ministry has revealed it will need an extra 400 million cedis to enable it carry out the resettlement of the victims of their Konsomo Dam spillage. Following the devastating floods that swept away houses and properties last year, government promised to relocate the victims and compensate them for their losses. But nearly a year on, nothing substantial has been done. We're now learning that the ministry does not have the necessary funding to execute the plan. Listen to Chief Director of the ministry, Reverend Stephen Yao Osei.
Government made available an amount of 200 million to start the process. We've sent a memo to Cabinet about various options in resolving this issue. In all, we projected about 600 million cedis to do the project. But currently we have 200 million cedis. So if you are to do it in a year, it means that we need 600 million to be released for the resettlement process. If it's going to be 2 years, then it means that we need additional 100 million.
Well, MP for North Tongue, Samuel Okudzeto Oblakwa says he'll be leading to the courts to demand for compensation for their constituents. And in our election headquarters, brought to you by Petrosol Platinum Energy, Energizing Dreams, CIMA, the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, AICPA, and CIMA, together as the Association of International Certified Professional Accountants, also the German Ozone Medical Center, Alternative Therapy, Dental Wellness and Beauty, Chopbox Technologies, a convenient service, and Youth Bridge Foundation, bridging gaps for positive youth development. NDC flag bearer John Mahama is warning that time is running out to inspire hope in the future of democracy in Africa, especially Ghana. Addressing the Nigerian Bar Association's annual conference in Lagos as the guest speaker, he made reference to recent data showing a diminishing public confidence in the governance system.
Time is running out to make the crucial decisions that will once again inspire hope in the future of our democratic governance. Let me share a few examples from my own country, Ghana. According to the latest Afrobarometer survey, an overwhelming 87% of Ghanaians believe the country is heading in the wrong direction. Now, this is where it gets interesting. About 55% of Ghanaians say they have lost trust in our parliament. Another revealing statistic is that 22% of Ghanaians agree that the country will be better off under military rule.
NDC flag bearer John Mahama, and he'll be beginning his Greater Accra regional tour today. And that's it for the bulletin. I am Amazing Amateur Thompson. Up next is business on the Super Morning Show.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. And what time when you come back, we are not hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I not change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside? I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small. Go. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Hey, we see you specking your car, taking that trip, chilling on the beach. Charlie, now we want to see this become your story. Simply use your ABSA card 10 times or more, and you'll be entered into a monthly draw where you stand a chance to be among 5 lucky winners to take home 40,000 Ghana cedis. The more you use your card, the more entries you'll receive. Earn an extra entry by using the ABSA app or internet banking 5 times or more. No ABSA card? Don't worry. Visit the nearest branch for an ABSA account or card today and make winning part of your story. Promotion is between 1st July and 31st October. This promotion is regulated by the National Lottery Authority on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Your story matters. ABSA.
The luckiest. Star 712 #. Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah.
Here's to the friends who dialed star 712 # and found no regrets. To the investors who struck gold. To the health workers who diagnosed luck with precision. To the tough guy who couldn't hold back his tears. To the passionate fan who couldn't contain his joy. To the seamstress who turned her hard-earned stitches into a bundle of happiness. And now, here's to you. Your next big win is right here.
Luck is everywhere. For everyone.
Dial star 712 #. Now join in the luckiest winning celebration. Every 1st July 2024. Over dial star 712 #. Now I can to tickets as a group, individual, and now even as a community. Now win is the prizes are in the community draw or go for the grand draw on the 30th of November 2024. Unlock your luck with star 712 #. Now join in the winning streak now.
The luckiest.
Star 712 #.
Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah. The luckiest.
Brush your teeth every day and night. Up and down and all around. Brush like feeling bright. Brush your teeth. Brush with mom and dad. Underneath and in between. Brush the germs away.
Pepsodent, cavity protection.
For 10 times stronger.
This advert is FDA approved.
Please, do you still refill cylinders here?
Oh yes, and there are a lot of benefits when you refill gas cylinders here. Not only do we get to run safety checks on your cylinder before refill, but you get to buy any amount of gas per your pocket. And you even get to see for yourself how much is really being put into the cylinder, so you're not cheated.
Massa, this one there, Philly Gadochi. I know say you no invite me, but I go talk some. If you know be these LPG stations, like how we taxi drivers go fill our tanks.
But do these LPG stations have permit to still operate?
Of course. LPG stations are safer now than ever. We've always been licensed and fully regulated by National Petroleum Authority with total support from Ghana Fire Service, Ghana Standards Authority, Factory Inspectorate, as well as the EPA. So don't worry, crowd.
Oh, I hear say this LPG stations it be for indigenous Ghanaians. It be true?
Of course, LPG refilling is the only industry in Ghana that is now 100% owned by Ghanaians. By refilling your cylinders at the gas station, you are promoting indigenous businesses.
The money, you go stay here, no.
Oh yes, protect local businesses by refilling your gas cylinders at LPG stations nationwide.
We know we shall win, and we know we'll survive. Shall wash away all tears.
Babu.
Morning. Good morning, Kojo. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm great. Thank you. You know, there are different types of journalism. You and I come to the studio and, do our job and go. But even that comes with danger.
Yeah.
If you say something, share a view that people don't like, they can attack you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's either physically or they could attack you verbally.
On social media, you get attacks all the time.
Have you experienced that?
Oh, yes.
Tell us about it. What happened?
Oh, no. I think it was a couple of weeks ago. I don't remember what exactly, but it was a comment I passed during our conversation. Somebody didn't agree. Yeah.
And they were going hard.
Yeah.
And, it's funny. I mean, they don't think twice, do they?
Yeah.
About just jumping on to attack a journalist. I mean, it's not like journalists should not be attacked and others should be. Nobody should ever be attacked, right? But when you're attacking your eyes and ears, your own eyes and ears, you're acting against your own interest.
Exactly.
I think that's the thing. That's the thing that perhaps needs to be highlighted the most in all of these discussions.
I mean, you
about
can make
protecting
fair
media
points.
rights.
You can disagree, but don't attack.
Always criticize. I mean,
Yeah.
we are not going to improve without criticism.
Yeah.
So that one is important. Always criticize. Always ask questions. Always test and seek clarification and push us to do better.
Yeah.
Because that is important. But the attack, Nadia, what's the value?
And like you point out, we are supposed to be the eyes and the ears. So if you're attacking somebody who is working in your interests,
what do you get from that?
What do you get from that? Yeah.
Anyway, it's one of the things I want us to touch on today. We'll be getting into it with our press freedom conversation ahead of the big
on Thursday,
national
right?
dialogue on Thursday. Yes,
Right.
yes. Okay, shall we do it?
Yes.
Go? Oh, okay.
Go.
So we'll start with thanks. And first, we're thanking Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you. And Absa Bank Ghana Limited, your story matters. We're thanking them for the 6 a.m. news. And of course, the business team have it all from around the world. And they would love it if you can listen without any attacks to the Joy Business Report, brought to you by Omni Basic Bank at your service and Safari Valley Resort, bringing you closer to nature. Yankwe.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up this morning, government worried about negative impact on city as it seeks more dollars to finance imports of vet food shortage. Also coming up, commercial banks expect interest rates to drop further as a result of inflation rate decline. A development expected to help deal with high non-performing loans. And oil marketing firms push for domestic refining to help boost profit margins. Details coming up. My name is Darryl Kwao. Thanks for being with us this morning. Hello to our friends listening from Koforidua on KT Radio. Government is worried about the negative impact on the city as the country seeks more dollars to finance food imports. The country is currently racing against time to avert a food crisis from next month due to a dry spell in the northern part of the country. The development is expected to increase our import bill in the coming weeks as government works to deal with the expected grain shortfall. Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam is Minister of Finance.
We already import a lot of our food. And so one other ways economy may be affected is from the perspective of foreign exchange. People are complaining the cedi is getting weaker against the dollar, the rate is higher against the cedi. And so if you are going to bring in more food, support what we already have, you need to back it with forex. And therefore the demand for the dollar will certainly increase relative to what we anticipated if we didn't have to meet the additional food requirement, some of which may come through imports. And so in different ways, the economy is going to be affected.
Finance Minister Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam there, meanwhile, and a Greek economist, Professor Robert Edwards, has described as inadequate the proposed financial compensation to the affected farmers in the northern part of the country. He thinks government can do better.
Farmers who have contracted loans, therefore, have incurred some interest and they need to pay. Now you are giving them 1,000 Ghana cedis per hectare. And even this 1,000 Ghana cedis is not enough to cover the losses incurred per acre. So already the quantum is not much. They need to look at it again. So that this blanket amount of 1,000 per farmer, irrespective of the quantum of loss, maybe they can use data to try and work on that so that those who have suffered greatly can be compensated proportionately.
A Greek economist, Professor Robert Edu. Now, the Bank of Ghana has introduced additional avenues for selling dollars commercial banks in the country. The move, Joy Business understands, is part of efforts to deal with a spike in demand for dollars in recent times. Here's George Affe with more.
It is not clear for now what might have influenced Bank of Ghana's decision in terms of giving the commercial banks more lines to the regulator when it comes to sale of dollars. But some are already linking this development to the IMF decision to lift restrictions on the amount of dollars the Bank of Ghana can sell to the market. The central bank used to sell dollars on the spot market to the commercial banks, together with the forward auction to the bulk or distribution companies to finance oil imports. However, the central bank has introduced a separate auction platform for these commercial banks that allows them to place their request during the auction and get their dollars in 7 days. The Bank of Ghana has also increased the amount sold through these platforms for the commercial banks. Some also believe that these interventions, together with the not so strong dollar on the international market, has contributed to the city's sustained recovery over the past 2 months.
George Affe with that report. Meanwhile, financial analyst Professor Williams Pippa has expressed optimism that the lifting of restrictions on the amount of dollars the Bank of Ghana can auction will help stabilize the city. He said the move will send a signal to the market on availability of dollars, reducing any panic.
You see, last week, information was going around that the IMF was going to allow the Bank of Ghana to bring some currencies on the market. So that signal caused it, and it should have happened somewhere on Friday, but it's not just being announced. So once this information have come to the market, traders will know that foreign currency coming to the market. And one trick is that those who are holding the currency now also want to profit from it. That's why they have caused probably an increase in currency prices. It is anticipated that once central banks start bringing out the foreign currencies to the commercial banks, we may see a reversal, and then we will see that the currencies will be playing around the same rate as happened last week.
You had a financial analyst, Professor Williams Pippa, there speaking to us, as it was reported yesterday, that on the retail market, the city had reached a milestone of 16 cedis. But on the currency market this morning, here's what the banks are quoting. The dollar going for 15 cedis, 76 pesos. The British pound, 20 cedis, 76 pesos. The euro going for 17 cedis, 61 pesos. Now, the banks are expecting interest rates to drop further as a result of falling inflation in order to formulate a more sustainable lending program to support businesses. According to the managing director for GCB Bank, Michael Adumako, this will help in bringing down the high non-performing loans in the banking sector. Michael Adumako was speaking to journalists after addressing some investors during the Facts Behind the Figures series at the Ghana Stock Exchange.
So we have to find ways and means of getting our customers to attain liquidity, to attain financing without necessarily borrowing. We're doing a lot of structured trade finance types of transactions, which are structured in such a way that they don't have to borrow, pay the kind of interest rate. But the good news is that inflation is coming down, interest rates are coming down. I know the Bank of Ghana is watching very closely. The pressures are still there. I think at the right time, monetary policy rates will also come down, the GRR rates will come down, and we'll get ourselves into a more sustainable lending program to support Ghanaian businesses and individuals so that businesses can grow. It is in the interest of banks that interest rates are sustainable.
GCB Bank posted record growth in profit for first half compared to the same period last year. Now, Chief Executive of the Association of Oil Marketing Companies, Dr. Resettlement Challenges, has expressed concerns over the stagnation in profit margins of members. This is despite consecutive fuel price increment over the past months. In an interview with Joy Business, Dr. Pong urged the government to prioritize domestic refining to gain control over the entire value chain rather than export raw crude oil. He made the remarks on the sidelines of the Future of Energy conference in Accra.
You are the one paying for the cost, so I don't know why we should be worried. The only problem we have is the fact that my members' revenue in terms of profit has been stagnant. So you see the price of fuel going up, but the margin for my members are not going up because they need to decrease the margin to make you comfortable to still purchase petrol and diesel. And that's why the government needs to take full custody of the entire value chain. And it is high time the government of Africa stop exporting crude oil in its raw state, because there is no sense in exporting crude oil at $70 per barrel and importing back crude oil product at $780 of flat price.
Dr. Resettlement Challenges, Chief Executive of the Association of Oil Marketing Companies, South African High Commissioner to Ghana, Grace Mason, has reiterated her country's commitment to strengthening bilateral trade between the two countries. According to her, the simplest way to ensure the success of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area is to promote tourism among member countries. She spoke to Joy Business at a networking event.
Relationship between South Africa and Ghana. It's a relationship of 30 years. As we celebrate our democracy, we celebrate our relations, strong relations. It is a reciprocal relationship. We have South African corporates that are coming in. You will begin to see more investment, more trade between South Africa coming into Ghana, as we also use tourism as a catalyst.
That was Grace Mason, South African High Commissioner to Ghana. You're listening to the Joy Business Report. Let's turn to Habitat Fair today. Furniture is a key element of every interior design, whether for commercial or residential use. That is why Landmark Furniture is seeking to offer custom-made designs for prospective customers at the Ecobank JoyNews Habitat Fair. Stella Baidu is head of sales at Landmark Furniture.
You can walk in here, you give us your design, or we can go to your apartment to take measurement of your space, and then we produce a different design for you to fit with our products. We have our sofa bed, we have our 8-seater sofa couches. With your specification, we can get something to fit your space. Aside that one, we have fabrics you can choose from.
Okay, so Stella Baidu, head of sales at Landmark Furniture, the Ecobank JoyNews Habitat Fair will come off at the Good Park near Accra Mall. Listen to this, from the 13th to 15th of September. The date has changed. That's to give you enough time to prepare and gather some monies for the fair, which is happening right now in the next couple of weeks. So from the 13th to 15th of September at Good Park near the Accra Mall. Remember to be there for all your housing needs. Next, Investor Eye, and we bring you some corporate measures to take to protect colleagues at the workplace after clicking suspicious investment links. Listen to Joseph Korle-Bu, who is lead in charge of cybersecurity at the E-Crime Bureau.
There are certain metrics you are looking at. You are looking at historically, what kind of message has this person been sending? So if you contextualize it in that way, then I know the kind of messages you send on a group. This is very inconsistent with things you normally send, right? So on that metric, then I can determine the sender aspect as suspicious. From the sender aspect, you can also look at who is sending it in terms of again, it comes with history in the sense that has this person ever sent a message to me before? So if you are dealing with someone who is a one-time sender, normally it also is suspicious because people of that range are normally attackers who are just targeting as many people as possible and they want to see who will fall victim to it. But thirdly, in this case of the sender, the beautiful thing about it is you can easily call to verify. So I got a link from you. Are you the one who sent it? I'm saying this because there are cases like where you mentioned where someone's account can be hacked and then the hacked account is being used to send things.
All right, that was Investor Eye. Make a date on Thursday for another episode. Before we go on the commodity market, crude oil increased marginally from yesterday's trading. Is going for $81 a barrel. Gold dropped by $6, open trading at $2,511 an ounce. Cocoa selling at $8,010 a ton after increasing by more than $190. And that's it for the Joy Business Report. Is back to Winston and the team.
Right, Daryl, thank you very much. Now time for our inspirational song for today. And there's Omema.
Yes. Omema.
Okay. Well, let's. I'm sure you chose this one.
No.
Okay, Jojo.
But it's a good one. It's one of the latest.
That's our inspirational song for today.
savior. Hello, Ray. How are you?
Hello, good morning, my dear friend. I hope you are doing well this day.
I'm doing very well. Yes. It must be mentioned that whoever addresses you has yet again done a good job.
Thank you for acknowledging my competence.
Please, don't take credit for someone else's hard work. You live under the grace and unction of talented people.
It's actually his hard work.
Thank you.
So why are you coming to spoil this more enjoyment of mine this morning?
Give credit where it's due.
Yeah.
And we must recognize that. A very distinguished Remonakwa.
He's dressing himself these days.
Yes. Okay. You add these days.
These days.
Anyway, let's get into our Drive Safe campaign for this morning, brought to us by JoyNews and a multimedia group, supported by Toyota Superior Quality, Imperial General Assurance, solid protection. So always buckle up. And that's very important. So you know that some of the saddest and most disturbing driving statistics show how many deaths could be prevented by simply wearing a seatbelt. And for the drivers, whenever someone sits in your vehicle, make sure that person puts on the seatbelt. Very, very, very important. You know, years ago, we were talking about the fixing of seatbelts in all trotros, and it never materialized. Led to a whole protest at the time. But I think we must get back to that conversation. I mean, the safety of the passengers must be paramount.
We should just clean the cars.
Can you imagine protesting your own safety?
We should make it look like a cost to the state, right? Mm-hmm. And give them the opportunity to pay over a period of time. Yeah. But just make it a one-off, expenditure by state that we are changing all of these cars. The periods where we are converted cargo cars and other forms into cars for transportation, which made it almost impossible to.
And we're still doing that, actually.
Yeah.
Many of these trotros on our roads are cargo.
Some time ago, there is some trotro that ran from Osu to Canterbury. Hey, you can sit in the trotro. They are viewing the floor, the road that you are doing some skills. They are facing someone small, jerking.
The face to face,
you bump into somebody.
And imagine the route. Two of the most, prestigious areas in Accra.
But I think you still find them in Osu.
Okay.
Those kind of
wow.
And one also at Kanishi, that you can actually see the road.
Yeah, the level of deterioration.
You are in this. You just look down and you can see that.
Yeah,
it's like
massive holes in it.
Massive holes. You can see that. Oh my goodness.
See, it should improve the quality of life of our people.
For me, it's the protest that is amusing to me. Okay. Those who are arguing against it.
No, those who were arguing against it, actually the protest stemmed from the funds they were going to spend in doing that.
How do you ever consider that to be more important than your own safety?
I agree with you because that driver thinks that once he has a seatbelt on, that's the end of it. But even then, they don't even put on their seatbelts. You've seen trotro drivers, once they get close to a police checkpoint, then they pretend they have seat. They just pull it and hold it because they pretend they have a seatbelt on. Please, don't do that. Okay? It's very, very important. Anyway, I think we can learn how to say it right.
Yes, and it's brought to you by Kingdom Books. Kingdom quality and affordability are their hallmarks. And Societe Generale Bank Ghana, the future is you. There's also DPS International School, where every child shines.
Something must be done.
You say either, I say either.
I heard some rather sad news last night. A dear friend of ours died of prostate cancer. And of course, I said prostate cancer, which is correct. I've heard some people say prostrate cancer, but it's prostate, Prostate, prostate. The prostate is a gland found in men. It produces fluid which carries sperm during ejaculation. Prostrate, on the other hand, is an adjective that means lying face down on the ground. The two words may sound alike, but their meanings are completely unrelated to one another. Although I suppose you could say, please prostrate yourself so I can access your prostate. And I could say, no, thank you, not in a million years, but that certainly is how to say it right. Ah, goodness. All right. So let's get into the news review brought to us by Access Bank. More than banking.
Now, let me start with the Daily Graphic, and it's reporting this morning President inaugurates Tema Motorway School Junction Road Project, and that's the biggest story on the front page. No, there's another big story there. Drought. Government outlines 8 billion Ghana cedi agri support, provides 1,000 per hectare incentive to farmers. If you listen to the business news, an agri-economist was giving background to this conversation, why the 1,000 may be woefully inadequate. He says even 1,000, considering the amount of money that they have borrowed and the interest they're supposed to be paying, even 1,000 per acre, not hectare, will not be enough. And that, instead of just spreading around, they should target those who really need it. The extent of damage is not as devastating as other groupings, but generally we should agree to increase it, because you're looking at some 8 billion in total for the areas that are covering it. Perhaps this will be the first level. That's if it gets paid. I'm saying if it gets paid because we are still owing people who we said we will pay from the National Reconciliation Commission's compensations. We are still owing people that we said we will pay from the house who was work on part. And I don't want to come to the most recent one in the Volta region, the flood disaster. We are pretended from VRA straight to ministers who made personal pledges through to the 200 million we said was going to be released immediately, and we had budgeted and everything for it. We are pretended that was the way forward. I've heard the claim now that 200 was in and of itself not going to be enough, and that we needed 600 million. So they don't know whether or not to assess the 200 million or get 300 million for this year, so that they can get additional 100 million. See, we are being unfair to our own people. We are treating the matters of importance to people who, by no fault of theirs, happen to have been victims of some people's, of course, they will disagree, some people's incompetence. Because we're told in this country that the meteo data they gave was not properly interpreted, or it was underestimated.
Imagine.
Just last week, Kojo, when I was speaking to the PR for the Agri Ministry, he said, Meteo gave us data, but we underestimated the impact of it.
Same thing that VRA said.
Oh, well, in the Republic
about the flooding, right?
So if we impose this kind of disaster on the people, it is only sensible that we do things in a hurry. We do things like we care about them.
Yeah, and I'm even trying to assess the impact on everyone else, not just those who are directly affected. But it's a drought, so obviously it's going to affect the supply of food, particularly grains.
At this time, more than ever.
Imagine, and you see,
at the time that I was struggling with the 5 cedi kenke.
Sometimes, just as I'm starting to feel a little bit sorry for this government, another thing happens that demonstrates that it's self-inflicted, because you had the opportunity to plan for this. But when the budget was read, did you hear anything in there about contingency funding for flooding, or any mitigating policies to ensure that we don't get impacted heavily by droughts? Did you see anything like that in the budget?
For flooding, yes, we really had intentions, and it's been intentions for a very long time, from Atacha till now. Even before Atacha, I remember Secretary used to talk about how much was required, some $600 million or so, for a project way back then in fixing flooding generally.
The Conti project.
I'm even talking about the flooding that we are expecting from the Bagre Dam in the north.
Oh, okay. So you're talking about contingency for
yes,
that.
Yes. I don't remember seeing anything like that in the budget.
I've not seen it yet.
So this is why I'm saying that maybe we miss opportunities to plan ahead, and then when the crisis happens, we say, don't blame us, it was an unforeseen, uncontrollable external factor, act of God. And I'm thinking to myself that no, we do have opportunities to plan for some of these things, and we miss them. And it's not fair on the average Ghanaian.
Korle-Bu Dam and all the other
precisely
proper one village, one dams we are purposed to do some time ago.
Precisely.
We will not be having these conversations about 21st century people being depending on rain from God to make sure that their plants give the yield that they want at the time that we are doing planting for food and jobs. It's contradictory at that level too. But at least now that we know it's intervention we want to do, please, this time around, let's not treat it like we have done in times past. Let it not benefit people who have always been beneficiaries of disasters. And the real people who are supposed to be beneficiaries do not get it. It is unconscionable. We have inflicted enough damage and pain on our people.
Okay, Raymond, I have a document in front of me. This is a document that says, let me just read. It says, it's an inventory of irrigation and drainage facilities. Let me open the phone properly so that I can see it very well. It says, this survey gives both farmers and the government valuable information concerning irrigation and drainage facility management and help those who are carrying out operation, maintenance, and management of irrigation and drainage facilities on the actual irrigated agriculture field. So it talks about the number of, these are the irrigation schemes. I'll just mention them and I'll do something. Ashaman Irrigation Scheme, Dowenya Irrigation Scheme, Bon Irrigation Scheme, Weja, Apipe, Aveime, Bando Toko, Mankesim, Ochireko, Mati Dedeso, Kekam, Akomadan, Enum Valley, Sata, Sabinja, Tanoso, Botanga, Golinga, and Libga, and Tono, and Via. Okay, let's get to Ashaman. I'll just do one because we don't have time. Status of operation and maintenance. Listen to this carefully. The main drain, Raymond, is bushy and needs weeding and desilting. The earthen right bank canal needs rehabilitation. The siphon on the right bank is partially silted, leaking, and needs maintenance. It will continue. We'll give you everything. Then, let's get to the Dowenya Dam. Status of operation and maintenance. The project is not functioning due to lack of power supply and breakdown of all pumps. The gates, canals, turnouts, laterals are all in good condition and can facilitate any measurement. Okay, then you get the details here. This is the Bon irrigation. Okay, I'll just leave it here. Let me just leave it here.
No, I get you. But people are paid to fix these problems consistently. Some people, it's their job to deliver on these projects. There's a ministry with superintending responsibility for this particular sector. They're okay. They'll be paid at the end of the month. But they would have been so derelict in the performance of their duties. It's almost criminal.
So let me just get to my point quickly because we'll come back to this. In any serious country, what we would have done, you see, we have these irrigation facilities that we can repair, rehabilitate, and maintain to actually produce crops all year. We don't do it. We don't do it. And so today we're talking about this will cost us $500 million because of what, to actually compensate and do a thing or two, get grains imported into the country. I ask myself, after more than 60 years of independence, are we still relying on rain-fed agriculture? The Economic Enclave Project at Kusunya, they're doing something unique there. What prevents us from doing this across the whole country? What's wrong with us? I just don't get it. I don't get our problem.
If you watch, and I like doing those things now because I'm an aspiring farmer, I watch some of the implements that elsewhere they are using for farming. It makes it even interesting. The machines that they deploy. And we are not talking the European countries or in America alone. We are talking India. We are talking countries that not long ago had basically the same standards that we had 50 or so at independence. South Korea and co. Then you ask yourself, we do a lot of talk with big talk at the core of it, but the reality is that we don't get to act it. We are almost caught between the talk and useless amassing of wealth and engaging in pact arrangements.
When we had an opportunity to solve this problem, we decided to construct thirsty dams. Dams that dry out during the dry season.
Dugouts is what the minister told us they were.
Dugouts. Who would actually go and construct that and expect that to help in farming?
Yeah, dig a hole.
What's wrong with
I used to think it was incompetence, but I've started to realize that there isn't a single one of these people we've put in charge of these decisions who is in any way inept. So the failure must be deliberate. It must mean that someone somewhere makes decisions to do other things with our resources rather than solve these problems. Right? So someone with full intelligence working has just decided that other things are more important because they benefit from those things. But the ones that will help all of us, they are not interested.
Let me just mention this other story because it's very important. President inaugurates Tema Motorway School Junction Road project. Now, I've seen the date here, 11th of September 2023. I was in this studio. I've not updated what I actually wrote on my phone. Chronicling of broken promises, Accra Tema Motorway. I listed 16 of those incidents right from 2009, where we have told people of this republic that we are either going to do it at a certain date, or we already started work on it and we have completed a certain portion, or we are hoping to do this. But this is in pursuit of the 10 lane that your dear friend, our dear friend Kojo Frimpong told us in 2020 will actually see some work being done. The 36-month project from 2020 till now should have been completed, expected to be completed in 2024. In 2024, we are now cutting salt by the executive president again.
And we are cutting salt for the second time this year.
Yes.
Because we cut salt in January this year.
Yes.
And we are back at it again.
This is 2024. We're supposed to have completed this project.
The first quarter of this year, we actually cut salt. And we are back again. It's the biggest story on the front page of the Ghanaian Times.
Wow.
Government begins motorway reconstruction. Project to cost $350 million. At the time when they went for the loan in Parliament, it was a loan of $338 million. In 2023, that was what was expected to cost us. We'll ask questions about the variance shortly. But Takosombo Dam spillage, $200 million released for resettlement project. Looming food crisis, grains export banned. It's not like we export much anyway. Due to prolonged dry spell in 8 regions, and Yana hails government for dedication towards improving road infrastructure in the northern region. You don't use drip equipment for illegal mining. That's the Ashanti regional minister. So he's, taxed, the MMDCs against misusing equipment, especially for activities such as illegal mining. Why would he warn them? Is it something that the MMDCs do? We should be concerned that there's a possibility of using these equipment for illegal mining.
No, I mean, there was an NMDC that we suspected was engaging or promoting.
Oh, yes.
We told a guy that, even though you are doing this, you have a funeral. So go and attend to your funeral
and
first.
Come and explain why.
Come and explain why subsequently. Yeah, because the matters of state can be put on hold. And you can deal with private problems ahead of the collective destruction of our environment. I mean, the environment can wait, really. Anyway, now, so that's on the front page of the Ghanaian Times, right? Let me finally do the Economy Times. CD likely to depreciate further. That's the biggest story there. And Elom Desewu explains, as a picture of Mohammed Amin Adams, if you listen to the minister yesterday, putting together all the talk and also basically almost contradicting the Cocoa Board on our renewed gusto against loans from syndicated loans, which happen not to have been the reality on the ground. Now, if you listen deeply, you are just worried as a Ghanaian today that the 1 to 16 that we are currently experiencing may not be the end of our problems. I'm hoping that the grace of the external currency, the dollar, will shine heavily on us, so that we find some other ways of making sure that we will get to the, at least if for nothing at all, we will get to the beginning of the times we had 1 to 6 cedi, and take away the 10 and anything beyond that, because it doesn't look like that's going to happen anytime soon. But I'm hoping against hope, and now it's reached the point where we need to pray heavily for the currency anyway. Now, macroeconomic indicators to worsen in Ghana, Nigeria through 2024. Audit firm Ben Crown. Well, Cocoa Board disclaims minority statement that the board has lost financial credibility. That's also what's been reported by the Economy Times this morning, Kojo.
Look, I mean, 2025 is going to be a very tough year. Let's be real. It's going to be a very tough for whoever emerges victorious in this election. The online review now brought to us by Zenith Bank in your best interest and Goyle Good Energy, Yanara Yendia. And Finance Ministry directed to raise 8 billion Ghana cedis to deal with dry spell is up there. This is going to start, really becoming the main issue of discussion in the coming days. Stay tuned for that. The BBC News now, brought to us by Fidelity Bank, believe with us, and Old Mutual, 10 years of greatness in Ghana, here for a lifetime.
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
For over 60 years, Good Energy has served you top quality fuels. Goil brings you Super XP for a smooth ride. It is available in Goil stations nationwide. Goil Super XP is fortified with special additives which help your engine perform better and use less fuel. Goil Super XP is quality fuel, the ideal choice for most vehicles. Energize your ride with Goil Super XP. Who feel ya? Huh? Who be feel? Good energy. Joy
As a parent, I recommend the best school for you, DPS International. The school offers innovative teaching in a nurturing environment that makes learning easy. It's a globally recognized Cambridge and IB diploma program school running from crèche to A-level with well-equipped boarding facilities for students above 12 years old. Their students excel in spelling bee, international Olympiads, Harvard MUN, Sharks Quiz, and other prestigious competitions. Their extracurricular activities provide a holistic education that prepares our children for the future. DPS students have constantly won awards for academic excellence at the annual British Council ceremony. You are assured of transportation and 24-hour security. Enroll now for the new academic year and secure your child's future at DPS International. Locate DPS at Tema Community 25. Visit our website at dpsghana.edu.gh or call 0596 994 759 for more information. DPS International, where excellence meets opportunity.
Nominations are open for the 8th edition of the prestigious Ghana Energy Awards until August 30th. Under the theme, the role of local content in building Ghana's energy sector. Categories for this year include the Energy Personality of the Year, Energy Company of the Year, and many more.
Visit www.GhanaEnergyAwards.com.
Endorsed by the Ministry of Energy and the World Energy Council Ghana. Media partners, Joy FM, Graphic News Plus. For sponsorship inquiries, please call 030-3940-300. Ghana Energy Awards, 8 years of redefining excellence.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7. It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
Business Daily is in 30 minutes.
Today we're in Switzerland looking at new ways to make chocolate. Is there more to it than just the cocoa bean? And can it be more sustainable, fairer to cocoa farmers, and good for the environment?
This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
In 2020, 1 in 10 babies across the world were born prematurely. That's around 13.4 million babies. But it's not just those who are premature who receive neonatal care. In fact, in the UK, around 60% of babies admitted to neonatal units are actually born at full term. I'm Becky Green, and having experienced neonatal care with my own children, I want to find out more about the extraordinary work that happens every day across the globe to support these vulnerable yet incredibly resilient babies.
We'll have a mix of babies that are in intensive care and high dependency in this room. A lot of monitors, a lot of equipment, a lot of beeping.
meeting the people who are finding solutions to the problems babies face at the start of their lives.
One of the questions that I asked was, what is a common denominator of these babies when they grow? And she said they don't like to be touched.
And finding out about the future of neonatal care. Join us after the news for a better start from the BBC World Service.
Hello, I'm Govinda Gill with the BBC News. The Ukrainian military says Russia has launched several waves of missile and drone attacks targeting the capital and other regions for a second day. Reports from Kyiv speak of at least 3 rounds of explosions overnight. The region's military administration said Kyiv's air defence systems were deployed several times overnight to repel missiles and drones. At least 3 people have died. Volodymyr Amelyan is a major in the Ukrainian armed forces.
So they're focusing on destroying our energy sector and destroying our supplies. It's the main issue. We have big problems right now with railway logistics, but we will handle it in coming days. And definitely we need more air defense and what is more crucial, more combat jets. This is the only way to stop Russia to destroy the Red Army.
A senior US official has arrived for high-level talks in China as the two countries seek to manage their differences on issues such as Taiwan and tariffs. The US National Security Advisor, Jake Sullivan, touched down in Beijing for 3 days of talks. Laura Bicker is in Beijing.
State media are describing these talks as coming at a critical juncture between US and China relations. Taiwan is a red line for Beijing. They believe the self-governed island is part of the mainland and they will not tolerate any encouragement by America of Taiwanese independence. But I think when it comes to other tricky negotiations, another area will be the South China Sea. Within the last few weeks alone, there have been a number of skirmishes between Chinese Coast Guard boats and Filipino boats in the South China Sea.
China's embassy in Ottawa has criticised the Canadian Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, for his decision to impose a 100% tax on Chinese-made electric vehicles. The Chinese embassy said it deplored and opposed the move, which it said would undermine normal economic and trade cooperation. Mr. Trudeau said the measure was intended to stimulate and protect EV production in his country.
We are transforming Canada's automotive sector to be a global leader in building the vehicles of tomorrow. But actors like China have chosen to give themselves an unfair advantage in the global marketplace, compromising the security of our critical industries and displacing dedicated Canadian autos and metalworkers.
The Nigerian police have confirmed the arrest of 97 members of the proscribed Shia Islamic movement in Nigeria. It comes after 2 officers and a trader were killed during a clash on Sunday in the capital, Abuja. A spokesman said the violence was unprovoked. World News from the BBC. The left-wing New Popular Front in France has called for street demonstrations and the impeachment of President Emmanuel Macron. The alliance, which won the most seats in last month's inconclusive elections, is furious with him for asserting that he won't agree to a government led by them. Mr. Macron said on Monday that a left-wing government would be immediately censored by the other groups in the National Assembly. A committee in the lower house of Congress in Mexico has approved sweeping reforms to the judiciary. It paves the way for a full debate in the new session of Congress next month. The proposed reforms call for the popular election of Supreme Court justices, as well as more than 7,000 judges and magistrates. The plans have led to protests and strikes over fears about judicial independence in Mexico. An advisor to the World Health Organization, Professor Helen Rees, has told the BBC that to help countries affected by Mpox, the WHO needs to speed up regulatory approvals. The process currently takes months, often years. Professor Rees says that should change.
We need to relook at how we're giving regulatory approvals in emergency. The World Health Organization, when it declares a public health emergency, as it's just done, can institute what's called an emergency use licensing. This means it can look at essential products and fast-track their approval from a regulatory perspective.
The Scandinavian airline SAS in Norway has reached a pay deal with striking cabin crew. The 4-day strike over pay and working conditions caused the cancellation of many flights. The leader of the Norwegian Federation of Trade Unions, Jørn Eggum, described the news as a big and important win for its members. Cabin staff had complained that their wages were 15 to 30% lower than at competitors. The dispute did not involve SAS pilots. BBC News.
This is the documentary from the BBC.
My body, when you wake up in the morning and you know the money calling, oh, you go work, but you know it's I on your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, oh, cause you know it's I on your side. And when you dream, no say I did for you. And when you hustle every day, many wanna go. Anything you do, I did for you. Many want. If I believe I did your side, fidelity. If I believe with us, fidelity. If I know I did your side, fidelity.
Enhance your business operations with the HP Color LaserJet 150 NW printer. You can print, copy, and scan up to 19 pages per minute with high-quality mobile scans or customizable shortcuts in the HP Smart app that delivers effortless use from wherever you work so you can focus on growing your business. Take advantage of its Wi-Fi direct printing and intuitive touchscreen, which are both designed to simplify your day. With the HP Color LaserJet 150 NW printer, experience fast and easy setups and improved overall printing efficiency with a 20,000 page duty cycle built to keep you and your business secure and moving forward with embedded security that is pre-configured out of the box to detect and stop attacks. The HP Color LaserJet 150 NW printer is available at all Kompu Ghana stores. Visit kompugana.com or call 0302 752 020 for more information.
I am Ohinere Gifty Auntie. You see, it always feels good when you receive that salary alert. I made a bold decision to invest a lump sum into the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan. And this means that I will get these alerts every month throughout retirement for the rest of my life. You too can retire on your own terms. So invest a lump sum in the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan today and enjoy guaranteed monthly income for life. Call Old Mutual on 050-453-4333 or visit oldmutual.com.gh to sign up today. Old Mutual, do great things every day.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town. Coffee.
more afraid. They have felt more cowed. Many journalists have been harassed. They have been forced to flee the country. I remember Ahmed Swali and his murder, assassination, which up till today, government does not seem to have the political will to let the investigations go forward and bring the people who did this to justice. We all know that Chapter 12 of our Constitution is on press freedom, and it has been one of the most progressive constitutions that any African country can have, because it gives wide-ranging freedoms to the media to be able to do its work, and principally to carry out their role as the watchdogs of the people, not as the guard dogs of government. Safety of journalists is important, and I must say that in this last administration, journalists have felt more afraid, they have felt more cowed. Many journalists have been harassed. They have been forced to flee the country. I remember a journalist had to run to South Africa and stay there for some time to let things cool off before he returned. Another journalist in the Upper East region who questioned some issues to do with illegal mining also had to run away from the region for fear that he was going to be assaulted or harmed. I remember Ahmed Swali and his murder, assassination, which up till today, government does not seem to have the political will to let the investigations go forward and bring the people who did this to justice. As long as these people are not brought to justice, the possibility exists that they can do something similar in the future.
We are becoming conscious that the media is critical for national development. And therefore, whatever that we do in the management of the media is of prime interest to every one of us. And that is when we need to establish our individual and our collective responsibility in maintaining a media that is relevant, that is free, that is independent, but that which is equally responsible.
Nobody's excited about the cases that have come up. We are worried that the trend is actually increasing, and we think that some more severity in terms of punishment will help deter persons who do. The police need to prosecute these people, and the judicial service needs to ensure that there's severe punishment.
People have fought and have lost their lives. You get press freedom or media freedom in this country. A lot of the times we take it for granted. But I think that media freedom is so pivotal to the whole democratic exercise that we are embarked on. If you don't have media freedom, you'll have a difficulty. I mean, that's the lack of media freedom is a characteristic of societies which are more dictatorial. And so I'm very committed to this because I'm inherently someone who is very committed to democracy. And I don't think that anyone should attack a member of the press for doing their job. And so we will totally be against that and ask all our supporters to refrain absolutely from doing that.
Since the death of Ahmed Swali, we thought that Ghanaians may have learned some sense, that the leadership and the people would have learned some sense in handling journalists in Ghana. Mr. Speaker, several other journalists, including the well-known Asaradonko, who reports on situations of illegal mining, deep destruction of our society, himself is hiding because his life is threatened. Mr. Speaker, we can't agree to project this society in this manner. That the records that have been portrayed show that Ghana is one of the worst countries where journalists are at risk because of what they do. So the records are there. I was also disturbed and surprised that a very objective journalist like Manasseh Azuri had to run away to South Africa since after the death of Ahmed Swali.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
It does beg belief some of the incidents we've seen regarding threats to the life of journalists and to their ability to do a job. And look, we all face it in one way or the other. If it's not physical attack, it's verbal attacks on social media, people, attacking us personally, people walking up to us on the street. You people have no idea. And you see, a part of our job requires us to be very welcoming and accommodating. And I have actually been, taken through training programs on how to relate to the public, because it's part of our job, right? So when someone is coming up to you, you're supposed to be smiling, open, and welcoming. But sometimes they are approaching you with sinister intents because you've said something they disagree with, and they are political fanatics. So just by coming to work, sitting down, giving people the platform to talk, expressing views, sharing information you have, doing analysis of information, you could be putting yourself and your family at risk. This is the kind of job that is not for the faint-hearted. But our protection comes from the people we serve. If they are the ones who now attack us, then we are exposed and unprotected.
Look, and could you, as we get ready for this whole dialogue, defend media freedom. I was telling you earlier in the morning that the Media Foundation of West Africa, per their research from 2022 to 2024, over a 15-month period, recorded 17 journalists who were attacked. And Raymond Kojo, as we all sit here, we know the number of times that people would actually even call you, threatening you. I remember going for a wedding program, and somebody approached me and was accusing me of actually
those ones
helping somebody win elections. And I said, how did I? He said, you people were churning wrong figures. I said, but how can I put out wrong figures when our figures are coming from the Electoral Commission? He said, you wait and see. And I said, hey, Masa, take your time. So, on that day, I think I just got up because I saw him and I just got up from my chair. And when he saw me, he says, oh, I watch you, but I like your show. Because he said he was going to do. And I said, okay, come and deal with me. Here I am. And when he looked at my size compared to his size,
he suddenly had a review
and said, opinion. Oh, okay, I like listening to you. And like every day, I'm sure there's a journalist somewhere who probably would receive a call being threatened. Imagine just calling election results and saying, this is what the Electoral Commission has declared. People feel that you are actually part of a team that denied them electoral victory.
As if we made up their figures.
How? And I've had cause to look. There was a time, and I'm saying, look, there was a time that my friends, we stepped out and somebody said, oh, I'm looking for Mr. Amwa. One of my friends said, I am Mr. Amwa, because he says, Charlie, from where I sit and what I hear is not safe for you. So he says it's Mr. Amwa. And then he goes to meet the person and realizes it's Mushosho. So he says, oh, Mr. Amwa is here. You can meet him. Just think about that. You can't do anything. There were some of us whom after elections stayed in our homes for more than 1 week. Some had to go home with police protection.
Yeah. From here.
Yes.
Yeah.
But why should that be the case? Why should the person who is providing you with information be your target?
What does it even mean?
So there's a need for a national plan on how to prevent attacks on journalists. I am happy that all the main political party actors are talking about the need to prevent these attacks.
Yeah.
But in Ghana, we have had too much talk and no action. So I want to see the action.
Yeah. And Ray, it's not just the physical abuse, it's also the verbal abuse. Okay, it's all abuse, by the way. It's all attack. Okay? And look, let me say this on record. Some of the worst culprits under any government of attacking the media are these presidential staffers.
Yeah.
And these guys, we are paying you to attack us. Can you imagine? We are paying you a salary and you consider your job description includes attacking the press.
And they have different titles, some of them basically for just social media. But Kojo answered, there is a list that the Media Foundation published somewhere in September last year that major incidents of attacks on the media, they counted 14 of them. They said only one was resolved. Out of the 14 major incidents, which includes deaths and everything related to that. So if you have that number of attacks, major incidents, not saying that others have not happened, and only one has been resolved, what signal does it send to the people who are interested in attacking?
Exactly.
What signal does it send to those who feel that they can get away with it? It is the continuation of the impunity. When we talk about, because sometimes you don't even get a sense in the action, it is misplaced anger. Your anger should be directed to the people who are impoverishing you.
But even them don't deserve attacks.
Yes. I mean, so this misplaced anger, you are choosing a softer target because you feel that you can't take on the people who really you should be targeting. But understand it, that just like the medical professional goes to the job place and do their job and go home, every other person should be guaranteed the peace of mind to do what they are expected to do and go on with their duties. Me, I disagree with a lot of people in the performance of their duties. Indeed, if this stigma, and I used to say it a lot when Kojo Ponkoma as information minister, whenever there's an attack, was promoting responsible media, I used to say, would you be happily saying the same thing if you are attacked for doing your job as minister?
Precisely.
And you'll be saying, oh yeah, we should have responsible politicians. I mean, that's how to solve the problem.
Wow.
And that kind of thinking equally fuels the so-called environment of, well, I can do what I want and get away with it, or get a slap on the back, so that people will be defending that, oh, that's also, even though you don't get a jail term and you get a couple of fines, he's been convicted, right? He's been convicted, so it's not an issue. It is that kind of eye. When you look at it from that perspective, you are emboldening people. People feel that they have the right to do what they are doing, and sometimes they are even giving money for it. So they are almost like mercenaries pursuing these activities for and on behalf of other people. So we need to be clear in our minds that if we truly want to project our democracy where it's supposed to be, we should not make it look like we can select some of the laws we want to implement, and that merely because you don't like somebody or you disagree with the person, it is basis for you to attack the person. And again, I'm not sure most of us politicians will survive anyway if that's the criteria we set for ourselves.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Now, let's get to the UPSA Law School Point of Law series for today. And I know this is one that Kujo would comment on. In cases where spouses die under circumstances that make it appear their death were simultaneous, or it is unclear which one outlived the other, such as in a car accident, the older spouse shall be presumed to have died before the younger spouse, and the properties of the older spouse will go to the younger spouse even though they are both dead. Section 15 of the Interstate Succession Law, PNDC Law 111.
Yeah. I mean, there has to be a way of determining it, right? Because one spouse might have more assets than the other. There has to be a way of determining who inherits what.
But would that not be premised on negative ageism?
So what's the
rationale behind?
What's the better criterion?
No.
What's the better criterion?
Before we look at better, and we like doing this in this republic. Let's critique what exists now first.
Okay. Critique.
What is the rationale behind this?
Okay.
I think it should be properties available. Hope you get that. It should go to the one that did not have as much as the other. Yes. So, for example,
Ray,
if we're wasting them, okay, no. I mean,
it's a difficult example. I understand.
Yes, in these times.
Yes. In these times. This is not a Sam George friendly example.
If a man and a woman, die right now. I'm saying that if the woman was richer than the man, it should be transferred to them.
The poorer one.
Yes.
Let me explain why that might not be a great. That might not
compared to negative ageism.
Let me explain why that might not be better.
Yes.
Okay. So let's assume that the woman is richer than the man, or the man is whatever. The man's property goes to the woman, but the woman's next of kin is someone who is likely to mismanage the property, compared to the next of kin of the wealthier spouse. Right? Imagine that situation. Is it right for the property to go to the one who is going to mismanage it just because they are from the poorer side of the family. This is a very
It's
a very socialist.
So you also agree with me, right?
No, I disagree.
Now the current criteria is bogus.
I knew this was going to generate some.
No doubt. You were not wrong. Anyway, we've got lots to get through. Stay with us. It's all unfolding here on Joy.
Wake up to joy, joy, joy. Sunshine and joy in the morning time. Yeah. Wake up to the super morning show. Yeah. Wake up to joy. Joy in the morning. Yeah. If you're turning on your radio, go for some joy in the morning. On the super morning show.
Welcome to the Joy Super Morning Show.
Now, every time we eat, food and sugars get trapped between our teeth, leading to tooth decay, gum disease, and in some cases, foul breath. Brushing your teeth every morning and night with Pepsodent Cavity Fighter gives your teeth the protection they need, leaving you with 10 times stronger teeth. Pepsodent Cavity Fighter is fortified with pro-fluoride and microcalcium ingredients, sealing tiny and invisible holes in your teeth, and this prevents cavities, keeping your teeth strong and your mouth healthy. Pepsodent Cavity Fighter gives maximum cavity protection and 10 times stronger teeth. Now, after 25 years of educating everyone to brush day and night, Pepsodent is now recommended by the Ghana Dental Association. You can get Pepsodent at any shop near you. Just call the customer care center on the toll-free number 0800 2030. Customer call center would not have been wrong anyway. All right, always remember to brush your teeth in the morning and before you sleep at night. Pepsodent, every smile matters.
So, do you have a game-changing, innovative business idea or project that can impact society? Then this is your moment, because Total Energies presents the 4th edition of the Startup of the Year Challenge. This year, we're looking for 3 winners: the best entrepreneur, also known as the InnovUp winner; the best project or innovative business idea exemplifying recycling and minimizing waste; the Cycle Up winner; and the best project promoting or relating to sustainable and affordable energy is the Power Up winner. But that's not all. 4 additional projects in the Power Up category will be selected by an international jury. Don't wait any longer. Apply now at startuppower.totalenergies.com for your chance to win financial support, professional mentorship, and a spotlight for your project. Terms and conditions apply.
Now you're ready to turn your dreams into reality. Don't just dream it, own it with a loan from Fidelity Bank. Dreaming of a new home? Own it with a Fidelity Bank home loan. Dreaming of a brand new car? Own it with a Fidelity Bank auto loans. Dreaming of getting the latest phone, TV, refrigerator, furniture, laptop, or gaming console? Own it with the Fidelity Consumer Access Finance. Dreaming of expanding your business? Make it a reality with our business loan. Fidelity Bank is offering flexible loans to businesses, salaried workers, and the self-employed at competitive fixed rates. Dial 0800 003355 or visit any of our branches nationwide today to turn your dream into a reality with Fidelity Bank loan. Terms and conditions apply. Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
All right, well, in these times of high electricity tariffs, build free solar hybrid air conditioners are your sure bet to cut down on electricity bills. Build free solar hybrid air conditioners cool your buildings comfortably with very low energy consumption. Now, the amazing part is that the air conditioners are built with the latest German technology that gives you 80% saving on energy consumption compared to traditional air conditioners. Now, build free solar hybrid air conditioners come with a 6-year warranty and free after-sales service for a year. Please call them on 053 1100915. That's 053 1100915. Build free superior cooling with lower energy.
So if it's football you want, we've got it all. Yes, all of it on DSTV, all the leagues, all the cups, all the matches live in HD. Watch Starboy Mo Kudus in his 2nd season at West Ham, and trust that you get to see Kylian Mbappe in full flight for Real Madrid. All day, all night, no matter what bouquet you're on, you get to watch football. Renew your subscription today. Dial *759# and follow the prompts. The season promises to be exciting. DSTV, your home of entertainment.
Now, could you answer which bank is in Ghana is always at your service?
Omni Basic.
Which bank is ready to assist you with your 24-hour state-of-the-art contact center?
Omni Basic.
Now, which bank is Ghana's fastest-growing corporate bank and Bank of the Year 2023?
Omni Basic.
At Omni Basic, we are always at your service. So what you need to do right now is call us on 0307086000 or 0302758555 or 0800, that's the toll-free number, 0800-100790, or visit any of our branches nationwide to open an Omni Basic account today and enjoy exceptional customer service. Omni Basic Bank, at your service.
All right, now for many, luck is that glorious moment when you find money in your trousers right after you've gone broke. For others, luck is being picked out of a crowd for a reward. But for the guys at the luckiest, luck is a life-changing event, and they believe everyone deserves a shot at it. Luck is coming with prizes so exciting they'll make your head spin. You want to be the luckiest? Dial *712# and get your ticket. The more you buy, the better your chances of winning. And remember, when you hear that catchy jingle, it's your cue to pay attention. It could be your lucky day. Luck is on its way to you and your community. So stay sharp, the luckiest. Luck is everywhere.
And Triton Motors Limited is proud to introduce JAC Motors to Ghana. And the excitement is just beginning. If you haven't heard yet, JAC Motors is now available exclusively at Triton Motors Limited, bringing you a new era of driving excellence in Ghana, from versatile and stylish SUVs and sedans, technologically advanced and tough pickups, light, medium, and heavy commercial used trucks of various specialties. Trusted over the past decade with our Ghanaian automotive market, JAC offers a comprehensive range of vehicles that blends quality, dependability, reliability, and safety. Visit our showroom today and discover why JAC Motors is more than just a car. Head over to Triton Motors on the Dr. Buzia Highway for a test drive experience. Call 0200374114. JAC Motors, better drive, better life.
Now, where are you headed this morning, Kojo? Are you going shopping at the mall or buying fuel for your car? Are you enjoying your favorite meal at a restaurant or getting home essentials at your favorite shop? Or you're shopping online for the things you need? Wherever you go, whatever you are doing now, I am employed to do it with SG Visa Card. The SG Visa Card is your best option to make payment for goods and services online or anywhere with a point of sale machine. Enjoy a world of amazing opportunities available with the SG Visa Card. Go about your business anywhere in Ghana with the comfort and security of your money being available to you. Always know, in fact, this time around, connectivity problem, make your life easy and use your SG Ghana Visa Card today. To find out more, please call 0302-214-314. SG Ghana, the future is you.
Okay, well, if you're wondering where to hold your strategy planning meetings, your board sessions, or your staff retreats, there's only one venue. It's Safari Valley Resort. Think of the green, serene environment, the accessibility, the meeting room capacity, the flow and layout of space, the room flexibility, the quality of equipment, the staff, and of course the first-class catering services. Then Safari Valley Resort is your first choice. Call Safari Valley Resort on 0596 914 394. Safari Valley, bringing you closer to nature.
And at DPS, we believe in nurturing every child's potential. With our experienced and caring teachers, we ensure a strong foundation for lifelong learning. Our state-of-the-art facilities provide the perfect environment for curiosity and discovery. Our diverse extracurricular and enriching after-school activities help students explore their passions. We have a fleet of buses with GPS trackers to monitor your child's movement in and out of school, and hostel facilities for children coming from afar. And with our surveillance cameras, your child's safety is guaranteed. Enroll your child now at DPS International, which runs from creche to A-level and offer Cambridge and IB diploma programs successfully. We have excellent results in spelling bee and business challenge competitions. For incoming students residing in Community 25 and neighboring communities, there is 100% admission fee waiver. Yes, 100%. For more information, contact us on 0596 994 759 or visit the school's website, dpsghana.edu.gh. DPS, where every child shines.
Are you ready to make every moment count, from the simple pleasures of treating yourself to unforgettable weekend getaways or a special surprise for someone you love? You have the perfect companion. Stanbic cards are there for those fulfilling moments that make you go like, yes, this is it. Talk to Stanbic on 0302815789 and on social media is at Stanbic Bank GH or visit stanbicbank.com.gh to learn more about all the wonderful things Stanbic Bank card is doing for you.
All right, now the Kingdom Books and Stationery back to school promotion continues. 10 to 20% off all school items. So that's textbooks, pens, pencils, erasers, exercise books, and so much more in Accra, Tema, Kumasi, Takoradi, Winneba, and Cape Coast. Call 050-648-7557 or email info@kingdomgh.com to learn more, or just go shopping at kingdomstoreonline.com. Kingdom Books, where quality and affordability are both assured. Terms and conditions apply.
So, Imperial General Assurance brings you the collision insurance policy. Yes, we now give you insurance beyond the road, and the collision insurance from Imperial General gives you protection in the event of a collision with another vehicle or an object. The policy offers repair of your damaged vehicle parts resulting from the collision, hospitalization benefits if you're admitted beyond 3 days. Yes, you need not to be involved in an accident to benefit. All third-party benefits. So whether you're a taxi driver, tractor driver, a private car owner, collision insurance is for you. Sign up for the collision insurance motor policy from Imperial. Call us on 0577-667-436 or talk to your broker or any of our agents across the country for further details. You can also follow us on all our social media handles. Terms and conditions apply. Collision insurance, insurance beyond the road, Imperial General Assurance, solid protection.
All right, stay with us. It's all coming up this way. Sports, birthdays, all of it on the Super Morning Show. Stay with us.
Hey, is that Cuckoo? Hey, you've grown into a big boy, oh.
Ah, Ifipa. Even Momo is 15 years old.
It still feels like yesterday when we were fumbling with cash and worrying about the way money moves.
Say it again. Now I send money to my AC in the village, pay bills, save money, loans so kakra, investment kakra, at the Momo app.
Shit. How do you think I get the small coins from my bugger pack?
To celebrate 15 years of Momo, you too can win awesome prizes in the Momo at 15 Rewards promo. Just download the new My Momo app, continue to transfer and make payments, and you could be one of the 15 lucky winners of 15,000 Ghana cedis and 150 lucky winners of 1,500 Ghana cedis each. So, Ghana, keep celebrating Momo at 15. Offer runs from now till November. T's and C's apply.
MTN.
Imagine a world where your home or business is powered by the sun's boundless energy. Picture your rooftop transformed into a solar sanctuary, radiating with eco-friendly vibes and city-saving brilliance. Well, dream no more. With Standard Chartered's renewable energy loans, you can turn this dream into a dazzling reality. And guess what? Our renewable energy loans come at very low rates. That's right, we are not just offering loans, we are offering the keys to your solar-powered kingdom. Say goodbye to high electricity bills and step into a new world where every watt generated is a step towards a brighter, more sustainable future. So if you're ready to take control of your energy destiny and switch to solar today, give us a shout on any of the following phone lines: 050-153-5789, 050-153-5790, 0244-674154. Let's chart a course for a brighter tomorrow and make your solar dreams shine brighter than ever before. Standard Chartered, here for good.
And where do you think you're going?
To train in the garden.
With my broom?
Mom, it's a javelin.
Oh, really? And that plate?
That's not a plate, it's a discus, Mom. We are training to become winners.
Well, you know you need lots of energy to become winners. So you both better start your day with Twisco before you go anywhere. Besides its great chocolatey taste, Twisco is enriched with Enerfort, a blend of energy-boosting vitamins and minerals for little winners.
Thanks, Mom.
Got to keep my little winners in shape. Twisco, power your dreams.
This advert is FDA approved.
Choboy! Yeah. We have a new leader in town. Obiarenti. Amafo. Madam was Sibebre. When him say my baby, maybe mamu more charcoal for whiter teeth. More charcoal. Not only that, maybe mamu lemon. More lemon. Zinc for fresher breath. More zinc. And fluoride for stronger teeth.
Introducing the new President Charcoal Pack with more power with a combination of charcoal and lemon for naturally whiter teeth. Grab yours now. This advert is FDA approved.
All right, birthday messages on the Super Morning Show are brought to you by
MTN. Everywhere you go.
And Bank of Africa, the African bank with global reach. Bank of Africa, as strong as a group, as close as a partner.
Okay, it's the birthday of Janelle Nanole Omabo. You turned 7 years today. May God bless you bountifully. Wishing you greatness in life with lots of love from your dad and mom, Nat and Joanne, and siblings Norte, Norco, and Becky. Enjoy your special day. Of course, this is from your mom. Yes, Joanna of the University of Ghana.
And this one says, happy birthday to my wife, the one and only love of my life, Mrs. Alberta Irenchua Ofori. And it's from the CEO of Bedo's Pub, Obed Kofi Tete, and the entire family. They say, we love you so much. Do enjoy your day. Well, let's see. I think I have another one. I think I have a last one here that says, Mr. Daniel Adote Papu of the Ghana Audit Service, today is your special birthday. May God guide you through this new chapter of your life and continue to bless your household. Happy birthday to you from your brother Thomas Adote Papu and the entire family. We love you dearly for your leadership.
Happy birthday to, here we go, Yofi Bennett. To Phyllis Adai Frimpong, Emmanuel Nene Ayiku Akli, Kojo Sechi, Julia Poku Tano, Kathleen Ofuriwa Nyasingme. Kathleen, happy birthday to you. Kwame Ajato, it's Kwame Ajato's birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Echo Holman, Kenneth Ni Bakba Korte, Johannes Wilberforce. Oh, Charlie, my brother from London. Kwabena Amfo Boache also celebrated his birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to all of you.
Quick one, happy birthday to Joshua Sari. God bless you, bro. Keep you excelling and do then marry. Aaron sends this one. Says, do then marry. Anyway, let's move on.
All right, let's do it. Now, the Joy Sports Center is brought to you by
MTN. Everywhere you go.
Standard Chartered Bank.
Here for good.
Twisco Food Drink. Power your dream. And if it's football you want, but they've got it all at DSTV. The season promises to be exciting. DSTV, your home of entertainment.
And folks, imagine a world where your home or business is powered by the sun's boundless energy. I mean, picture your rooftop transform into a solar sanctuary, radiating with eco-friendly vibes and city-saving brilliance. Well, dream no more, because with Standard Chartered's renewable energy loan, you can turn this dream into a dazzling reality. And guess what? Our renewable energy loans come at very low rates. So we're not just offering loans, we're offering the keys to your solar-powered kingdom. Say goodbye to high electricity bills and step into a new world where every watt generated is a step towards a brighter, more sustainable future. So if you're ready to take control of your energy destiny and switch to solar today, give us a call on 0501-535789, 0501-535790. and then 0244674154. Let's chart a course for a brighter tomorrow and make your solar dream shine brighter than ever before. Standard Chartered, here for good.
Hello, Ghana. There's an exciting new chocolate beverage out there that I need to bring to your attention. Now, from the producers of Cowbell, permit me to introduce you to Twisco, a chocolate food drink with a blend of premium cocoa powder enriched with Enerfort. Enerfort is a combination of energy-boosting minerals and vitamins, including vitamins B, C, D, iron, and many more. Twisco is available in 20 grams and can be found at your nearest neighborhood store in the delightful red sachet for only 1 Ghana cedi 80 pesos. To enjoy all the goodness packed in the sachet, empty contents into a mug mixed with 180 milliliters of previously boiled water. You add milk and you stir. Start your day with a cup of the great tasting Twisco. Empower your dream. This advert is FDA approved.
All right, now what can you remember from 15 years ago? You had probably just bought your first mobile phone or sent a text message via the internet for the very first time, or just discovered the ease of moving money around conveniently. Well, think back to all of those moments. Momo has been there for you. And guess what? Momo is 15 years old. From the first time you sent money to a loved one, to paying your bills effortlessly, or enjoying the peace of mind that comes with secure, safe, and reliable transactions. It's been an amazing journey so far. Now get ready for some mouth-watering offers as MTN celebrates Momo at 15. Look out for the market storms and the floats near you with some mind-blowing prizes. Thank you, Ghana, for doing this with MTN. Download the My Momo on App Store or Google Play Store and just Momo it everywhere you go. Achu?
Here for the Joy Sports Center, my name is Victor Achuta-Maklu. We've got quite a bit coming up today. It's a big day for the Ghana Football Association, whose delegates will go to Congress at the Soccer Center of Excellence at Pram, essentially to bring clarity on a number of issues ahead of the new football season. Representatives of the 18 Premier League clubs and the leadership of the GFA are the stakeholders in today's Congress. Here's what to expect at today's event. The leadership of the Ghana Football Association and the 18 Premier League clubs are expected to clarify whether or not the league will begin on the 6th of September as previously communicated. The GFA is also expected to brief members on its efforts to secure a broadcast partner for the league, as well as its annual financial statements for the past year and approval of its budgets for the new year. The GFA is also expected to give an update on its investments into the Ghana Soccer Center of Excellence at Pram to give it a facelift. And we've seen quite a bit of that already. Yesterday, they outdoor the new ambulance that they procured in partnership with the Ministry of Health. They also cut the sword for the construction of the gym and a swimming pool. All of that. Today, we expect even more. The BetPower Park is expected to be commissioned today. We'll be there to bring you all of the updates on all of our platforms. Let's talk about the multi-purpose youth resource centers government started in 2018. All 10 facilities, when completed, will house an 8-lane athletics track, a FIFA standard pitch, a career counseling center, basketball and handball courts, as well as a multi-purpose sports hall, a restaurant, and an ICT center. At his press engagement on Sunday, the NPP flag bearer, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, claimed 6 of the 10 facilities have been completed.
That with all these new regions that are coming on board, we will have to build stadia for them to encourage sports. And I believe that we've done quite a few already in terms of the multi-purpose sports stadia. We are doing 10. We've completed 6. 4 are almost done. And we are going to do another 5. So, I mean, the record is there that we've done 10. I think that we can do another 5. Without much of a problem.
But is Dr. Baumia's claim consistent with the reality on the ground? Here's Joy Sports editor Fentiu Tahiru Fentiu.
Joy Sports has done very extensive work on the youth resource centers, the construction of which started in 2018. So we're talking 6 years ago. At the time, they were only supposed to take 9 months to complete at a cost of $1.8 million per facility. 6 years down the line, we can only say that one of them has been completed, and that is the Koforidua one, which was commissioned to host the Independence Day celebrations this year. But even after that, some aspects of the facility were destroyed in order to accommodate the Independence Day celebration, and those aspects have not been redone just yet. The rest of the other facilities were near completion. In fact, 5 others were near completion, roughly around 80%. But the lack of funds means that they have also been abandoned and left to decay even further. The NYA boss admitted a year ago to Joyce Force that for the reason of funding challenges, they were concentrating on finishing 6 of the facilities, and then they would come to the remaining 4 when they got money. And I think that might be the source of this misinformation that 6 of them have been completed. I can tell you that the 6 that they said they were going to concentrate on finishing have decayed even further. So this information that 6 of the youth resource centers have been completed has not only come from Vice President Bawumia, the president himself has said this in the past, including the sports minister. This is a verified inaccuracy.
Now, the man in charge of the body maintaining state-owned sports facilities is Doji Numakevo. The NSA Director General has suggested that clubs should not complain when facilities are not in shape for games.
But Arsenal have their own stadium. Tottenham have their own stadium. Manchester City, their own stadium. Almost all the clubs have their own stadium. So why are you still using a state facility? You should be happy acquiring your own, isn't it? But we understand that even though they are professional clubs and they are private entities, they can't afford to build their own stadium. So we should come in to help. But then we need to get the balance right. If you're a private entity, you should be acquiring your own stadium then. Is that not the case? Because you're a professional club. Football team that sold Isahaku to whatever for 8.9 million, whatever euros. How much of that did they give to the NSA? But ideally, we should also be saying that, look, if you can sell a player for that much, you should start building your own stadium.
That's Doji Numakevo, the Director General of the National Sports Authority. Let's talk about the Black Stars, who are scheduled to play Angola in just over a week at the Barbara Stadium in their first 2025 AFCON qualifier. But latest reports coming from Kumasi say CAF is demanding an immediate report on the current state of the plane service, and the game could be played outside Ghana. Away from that, the Black Princesses are as part of their preparations for the 2024 FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup, which kicks off on August 31, take on South Korea later tonight in an international friendly. Yusuf Basigi is the head coach of the side, and he says his players are ready for the test ahead.
We are ready, and the South Koreans, we all know they are a very good side, and we just finished the team shaping with our dress rehearsal as to how to play them tomorrow. So I think the girls are ready. You can see that there's a lot of smiles in their faces, not because they feel overconfident or something, but it looks like now they are getting on well with the conditions and everything here. They're extremely important for us because I would say that some of these girls have not even played international games before. Some have not even traveled before. This is their first experience. Having played this will help them to also warm themselves into the competition.
Well, that game is scheduled to start at 8:30 p.m. Let's go to England now, because Black Stars forward Antoine Semenyo has had an impressive start to the new Premier League season, scoring and assisting in his first 2 games. The 24-year-old's performance on Sunday against Newcastle United has earned him plaudits from Sky Sports pundit Jamie Redknapp.
Bournemouth is certainly the better team, and in Semenyo on the right wing, he's an absolute star. I just think, and I don't want to be selling Bournemouth's players, but if you got a few days of that window, I think it cost £10 million from Bristol City. What a great signing he was. He is worth a fortune. He's such an elegant, graceful, powerful player. He's got everything, that young man.
Former England and Cote d'Ivoire manager Sven-Göran Eriksson has died at the age of 76. Eriksson led the Three Lions to the quarterfinals at 3 major tournaments during his 5-year spell in charge between 2001 and 2006. In January, Eriksson said he had at best a year to live after being diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and unfortunately he passed away yesterday. Here's one of the players who he gave their breakthrough to, Joe Hart.
I don't think anyone's forced any of their words today. They haven't remove the Serie A titles, remove all of that, strip it back. And he was just a lovely, lovely man with so much power and so much influence. And that, we've seen so many people that can create a little edge, that can create different personas, and you can catch them out. And I get it. At the top, it's not easy to be at the top, and you need all sorts of different characters. And sometimes you need to be spiky, and you need to be ruthless, and you need to be brutal. But there was never any of that in Sven.
That was Joe Hart talking about the man who delivered Lazio's last league title as far back as 2000. Still in England, John Obi Mikel has defended his criticism of Nicholas Jackson following the Chelsea striker's angry response to his criticisms of Jackson's poor finishing. After Chelsea's 2-0 loss to Man City, Mikel said the Blues needed a top striker. Jackson didn't take it lightly and told the Nigerian to shut up after scoring over the weekend against Wolves. Here's Mikel's response.
For me, I would like to see my African brother, like he said, do well in the Premier League, come to Chelsea, a big club, a massive club, where we've had one of the greatest strikers in Didier Drogba from Africa, Ivory Coast, did really well. I like to see him do well as well, in the club. So for me, I will not be, if he plays well, I will praise him. If there is something to be said about him where he needs to improve, I will definitely say it. And, listen, if he scores every week and tells me to shut up, I'll take that,
Elsewhere in tennis, Novak Djokovic began his bid for a record 25th Grand Slam singles title with a straightforward win over Radu Albert in the US Open first round. One more major will give Djokovic sole ownership of the all-time record for the most major singles titles. He's currently tied with Margaret Court on 24. The 37-year-old won 6-2, 6-2, 6-4 in his first match since clinching Olympic gold some 23 days ago. Winston, do you think he can do it?
I want him to do it, actually.
Yeah.
I want him to do
Novak Djokovic. And that will take away any doubt about his status in the game as the greatest of all time. That ends the Joy Sports Center.
Thank you very much, Victor Achutamakulu, for joining us with the latest in the world of sports. But let's get interactive. This morning's social media messages brought to us by EcoBank, a better way, a better Africa, and Malatu from Ernest Chemist. Malatu, power over malaria. But of course, our focus today is on defending media freedom. But every day people face different emergencies: police emergency, fire emergency, medical emergency, you name them. But many Ghanaians don't know the emergency numbers. Well, here's one you'd always want to remember. *770#. Yes, *770# is the new EcoBank Money emergency number, and it gives you instant access to loans, fund transfers, utility bill payments, airtime and data purchases, and so much more. You don't need internet for this. Just dial *770#. No need to panic in any money emergency situation. EcoBank will always come to your rescue. Dial *770# now for solutions to your money emergencies. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. Well, stay with us. We'll be right back after these messages here on the Super Morning Show.
EcoBank Mobile to make me say, EcoBank Mobile to make me crazy. Download it and use it. It gon' make your life so easy. Download it. You go enjoy it. You can pay school fees, even chest tights with the Apple. EcoBank Apple. Life is easy with the EcoBank mobile app. You can pay your bills, transfer to and from mobile wallet, virtual card creation, transfer to other banks, express account opening, scan and pay, express cash, all at your fingertips with the EcoBank mobile app. It's 5-star life with EcoBank. Can promise.
Right, so welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. But of course, this morning also, we'll be having a conversation about the Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital because they're celebrating some 100 years of medical excellence. So stay with us right here on the Super Morning Show as we talk about this, but also it's important we defend media freedom. Okay? And so on Thursday at 4 p.m. at the Nat Hall, JoyNews, in partnership with CDD and other international organizations, will be presenting a dialogue focusing on media freedom. Stay with us this morning because we'll be having a broader conversation about this. But now time for the Joy Business Minute, and that's brought to us by Consolidated Bank Ghana, CBG. CBG, we stand with you. Anointed electricals, the generator experts, and build freeze solar hybrid air conditioners, superior cooling with lower energy.
Hello, welcome to the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you. Anointed electric cars, the generator experts, and build-free solar hybrid air conditioners. Superior cooling with lower energy. Financial analyst Professor Williams Prepare has expressed optimism the lifting of restrictions on the amount of dollars the Bank of Ghana can auction will help stabilize the cedi. Government is worried about the negative impact on the cedi as the country seeks more dollars to finance food imports. Agric economist Professor Robert Edu has described as inadequate the proposed financial compensation for farmers affected by the dry spell in the north. And Canada says it will impose 100% tariff on imports of China-made electric vehicles after similar announcements by the US and the EU. And that's the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you. Anointed electric cars, the generator experts, and build-free solar hybrid air conditioners. Superior cooling with lower energy.
Right, so welcome back. And step into a world of hassle-free banking with the all-new CBG mobile app. The new CBG mobile app has been designed to make you enjoy the convenience of banking anywhere and at any time. Download the new CBG mobile app on the Google Play Store or iOS App Store and experience the ease of managing your finances on a secure, smart, and user-friendly digital platform. Receive real-time alerts to stay informed about your account activity. Join the digital revolution and elevate your banking experience with the new CBG mobile app. For further inquiries, contact us on 0302-216-000. Email us at talktous@cbg.com.gh or visit any of our social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly Twitter. Terms and conditions apply. CBG, we stand with you. So Anointed Engineering Services Limited is into the sales of ultra-silent, fuel-efficient diesel generating sets with sizes ranging from 5 kVA to 300 kVA and at competitive prices. For every generator you acquire, you will enjoy a 5-year warranty. We also undertake maintenance and repairs of all kinds of diesel generating sets. And our services include, but not limited to, the following: 24-hour emergency services, sale of genuine spare parts, reliable rental services, professional advice and sales of tower lights and rental. Locate our latest branches in Bibiani Petruji, opposite Bethel School Junction on the main Bibiani Kumasi Highway, and then in Techiman X Oil Filling Station on the main Techiman Kumasi Highway, and then locate our head office at number 77 Anointed House on the main Odoko Malam Highway near the Odoko traffic light. We also have 18 branches nationwide. We're into skills training. We have a training school that trains students on generators and plants, auto mechanics, electricals, and controls and solar installations. We offer 80% hands-on training and 20% theory. Contact us on 0243-480334 or 0243-690-295. Anointed the Generator Experts. And on big stories this morning, brought to us by Telecel, connecting Energy's latest home, your partner for life, and Lancaster University, the only British university campus in West Africa. Our focus is on this.
In this last administration, journalists have felt more afraid. They have felt more cowed. Many journalists have been harassed. They have been forced to flee the country. I remember Ahmed Swali and his murder, assassination, which up till today, government does not seem to have the political will to let the investigations go forward and bring the people who did this to justice. We all know that Chapter 12 of our Constitution is on press freedom, and it has been one of the most progressive constitutions that any African country can have, because it gives wide-ranging freedoms to the media to be able to do its work, and principally to carry out their role as the watchdogs of the people, not as the guard dogs of government. Safety of journalists is important, and I must say that in this last administration, journalists have felt more afraid. They have felt more cowed. Many journalists have been harassed. They have been forced to flee the country. I remember a journalist had to run to South Africa and stay there for some time to let things cool off before he returned. Another journalist in the Upper East region who questioned some issues to do with illegal mining also had to run away from the region for fear that he was going to be assaulted or harmed. I remember Ahmed Swali and his murder, assassination, which up till today, Government does not seem to have the political will to let the investigations go forward and bring the people who did this to justice. As long as these people are not brought to justice, the possibility exists that they can do something similar in the future.
We are becoming conscious that the media is critical for national development. And therefore, whatever that we do in the management of the media is of prime interest to every one of us. And that is when we need to establish our individual and our collective responsibility in maintaining a media that is relevant, that is free, that is independent, but that which is equally responsible.
Nobody's excited about the cases that have come up. We are worried that the trend is actually increasing, and we think that some more severity in terms of punishment will help deter persons who do. The police need to prosecute these people, and the judicial service needs to ensure that there's severe punishment.
I mean, people have fought and have lost their lives to get press freedom or media freedom in this country. A lot of the times we take it for granted. But I think that media freedom is so pivotal to the whole democratic exercise that we are embarked on. If you don't have media freedom, you'll have a difficulty. I mean, that's the lack of media freedom is a characteristic of societies which are more dictatorial. And so I'm very committed to this because I'm inherently someone who is very committed to democracy. And I don't think that anyone should attack a member of the press for doing their job. And so we will totally be against that and ask all our supporters to refrain absolutely from doing that.
Now, according to the Media Foundation for West Africa, between 2022 to 2024, over a 15-month period, 17 journalists were attacked. The University of Ghana School of Communication Studies did a survey in which 40% of the journalists interviewed said they had been attacked. And so this morning, we have that all-important conversation about the need to defend media freedom. Why should that journalist seeking information and sharing with the public be attacked? Why should he be scared of his life? Stay with us right here on the Super Morning Show as we have this all-important conversation and our build-up to the Defend Media Freedom Dialogue on Thursday, 4 p.m. at the Nat Hall. But are you ready to be the next millionaire in town? The Telesale More Money promo is getting exciting. Join the lucky winners to win 30,000 cedis in the weekly draws, no matter where you are in the country. So what are you waiting for? The 1 million Ghana Cedis grand prize is up for grabs, and it could be you. Simply reload your mobile using your Telesale cash wallet and be part of the daily and weekly draws where you could win up to 30,000 every week. Purchase data or airtime using your Telesale cash wallet and double your chances. Making payments onto your fixed broadband also gives you a chance to be the next millionaire. The more you reload, the better your chances of winning in the Telesale More Money promo. To opt in for free, dial star 500 hash or send WIN to 500 or visit the Telesale Play app. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Telesale, connecting energies. So picture this, you're lying in bed after a long day seeking comfort and relaxation, but instead you're met with a mattress that sags beneath you, a reminder of shortcuts and compromises. You know your comfort and well-being should have never been compromised. Well, that's why we at Latest Foam prioritize quality above all else. Step into our showrooms and experience the difference for yourself. Our high-quality mattresses and furniture are crafted with your ultimate relaxation in mind. Picture yourself waking up refreshed, rejuvenated, and ready to take on the day. Now, that's the Latest Foam promise. Invest in your well-being. Choose Latest Foam. Otherwise, Charlie, you do yourself, okay? So visit our showrooms today. Latest Foam is definitely your partner for life, and you would sleep better tonight. Call us on 0302 2311 or 0322 008499, or visit us online on latestfoamghana.com. Latest Foam is your partner for life. Stay with us here on the Super Morning Show. When we return, we'll tell you more about Korle-Bu and how they're planning to celebrate 100 years of providing medical services to Ghanaians.
Everybody likes money, but what do we like more than money? More money! Join the Telecel More Money promo and win money, more money, and even more money. Simply opt in for free and reload your mobile and broadband and be the lucky winner of the 1 million Ghana cedis grand prize. Also win cash prizes of up to 3 million Ghana cedis in the daily and weekly draws. Opt in for free by dialing *500# or send WIN to 500, or you can opt in on the Telecel Play app. The more you reload, the higher chances of winning in the Telecel More Money promo. Keep loading, win, and be a millionaire.
Telecel. Connecting energies.
Terms and conditions apply. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Are you hoping to start university this October? If you want a British degree from a world-class university at a fraction of the cost, then join Lancaster University Ghana in Accra. With a diverse student community, vibrant campus life, and up to 50% scholarship to support your study, Lancaster University Ghana provides you with a world-class education that creates endless possibilities globally. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Apply to join Lancaster University Ghana, where learners become leaders. Admissions are currently open for our 2024 intakes. Apply now for our foundation and undergraduate programs. For more information, contact us at +233 030 221 8989 or send an email to admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Lancaster University Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa.
A bank that supports you, a bank that cares for you. Hand in hand, we stand with you. So lift your head up, big dreams are waiting. We'll walk with you wherever you go. Where all your dreams come alive, CBG will make you smile. We will rise with your business will flourish, your name will stand out. Consolidated Bank, CBG, we stand with you.
Do you want to remain productive and competitive in your business? Then I am happy to remind you that Anointed Engineering Services Limited is still here to serve. We provide homes, offices, and institutions with ultra-silent, reliable, and fuel-efficient diesel generating sets with sizes ranging from 5 kVA to 3000 kVA at unbeatable prices. You also enjoy a 5-year warranty. Anointed Engineering is noted for unwavering 24-hour after-sale emergency service, rental and sale of tile lights and genuine spare parts, undertake repair and maintenance of all diesel generators, and buy back used generators. Sign up today at our training school and gain hands-on experience from our team of professionals on generators, plants, auto mechanics, electricals, controls, and solar installations. Anointed Engineering has 18 branches nationwide. Locate our head office in Accra at number 77 Anointed House on the main Odoko Malam Highway near the Odoko traffic light. Call our hotlines on 0302 324723 or 0243 690295. Also on 0243 480334. Anointed Engineering Services Limited, the generator experts.
Get way more chances to play with Betway. Every week, you have the choice to pick your prize, from free flights to free spins. Also, you can make the perfect play. Plus, you also stand a chance to choose your own prize, from vouchers to electronics or the grand prize of an airline ticket. All of this exclusive to Betway. Terms and conditions apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet the responsible way. Betway. Get way more.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
show, the conversation coming up is very big. It's actually big because it's about an institution, the biggest, the best we have so far in the Republic of Ghana, our biggest referral center in the country. Listen, no matter where you are in the country, you may at one point in your life have to go straight to see either a consultant, a specialist, or you may be referred from any corner of this country to the Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital. We know Korle-Bu is doing 100 years, right? Yes, 100 years is what they're actually celebrating. But something is happening tomorrow, which is brought into the studio a popular photographer. Sometimes he's a nurse. No, okay, so his profession is photography, then his vocation is nursing. Yes. That's what most people will say. But he's also the deputy chairman of the Korle-Bu at 100 Homecoming Committee. Joining us on Zoom is the chairman himself, the Oga at the top. Exactly. The chairman of the Korle-Bu at 100 Homecoming Committee. He's also a neurosurgeon. Recently, he was saying that it is better to, spend 5 years elsewhere than do 35 years in the Republic of Ghana. Dr. Hadi Mohammed Abdallah, you're welcome, sir.
I
hope you can hear me, Doc.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hopefully, you are still on your 35-year course.
Happy 100th anniversary to all of us.
Yes, wonderful to know. And those of us who have attachments to Korle-Bu, because we once in a while go there, we can equally be part of the celebration, right?
Yes. This is for everyone. I mean, I speak to you today because of Korle-Bu. In 1991, I was in coma. I was at junior, and I almost lost my life. So, for me, and I've had 2 surgeries in Korle-Bu. 2 years ago, I had surgery in Korle-Bu. All my children were born in Korle-Bu. My mom had her spine surgery in Korle-Bu. So, Korle-Bu is everything to me, and I owe my life to Korle-Bu, and that is why this iconic hospital is so dear to my heart. And I'm sure millions of Ghanaians and West Africans and even citizens of other countries would have similar stories to tell about Korle-Bu, and that is why I am excited that at least Korle-Bu is 100 years and we are celebrating the homecoming.
Even if you have to join a very long queue, I know one assuring part: you would see a competent doctor at Korle-Bu, even if you have to join a very long queue. It's so assuring that you know that, we're allowed to brave this and be able to get there, to get the kind of service that I want. I mean, to many people, and basically every home would have one story or the other about how a life was saved because it ended up at Korle-Bu. That's why sometimes, if it's also not going well, then we cry very loud about what's happening there. Anyway, but we are celebrating Korle-Bu at 100. And I did tell you that Kobe Blay, who is mostly a photographer, and sometimes a nurse, sometimes a health professional, but predominantly a photographer, who I'll be reporting very soon, is in studio with me. Kobe, I hope you are doing well.
Yes, I'm doing well, and I'm happy to be here with you, the team here.
Okay, now let's break it up this way. Doc, tell us about the Health Fest, which is beginning tomorrow. Kobe will tell us about the photo exhibition, but you tell us, Doc, about the Health Fest.
All right, so thank you very much. I mean, this is part of the homecoming activities. So the homecoming committee seeks to bring all Ghanaians and citizens of the world who have benefited from Korle-Bu one way or the other. And Health Fest is one of the programs that would give platforms to many Ghanaians and other citizens of the world to come back and give back to Korle-Bu. But mainly, even with the Health Fest, what we seek to do is to offer platforms to institutions, individuals, and agencies that render services within the healthcare system to exhibit their product and services. So we are inviting all companies, institutions, agencies, individuals that are within the healthcare sector to participate. So this also includes even regulatory bodies. So for the general public, the regulatory bodies will be there to answer your questions. There's also opportunity even for both the public and then the private healthcare institutions, like the private medical schools will be there to answer your questions as regards to admission processes. I've had people contacting me and wanted to find out for opportunities such as that. And then the various departments, we have like 19 sub BMCs in Korle-Bu. These are like the major departments within Korle-Bu, and they'll all be there to showcase the services that we provide. For example, if you take my sub BMC, that's the surgery sub BMC, we have centers of excellences within these sub BMCs. We have, for example, the cardiothoracic unit that has served a lot of West Africans. We have the neurosurgery unit. I have patients across West Africa I'm sure one day if you open the phone line and want to hear to West Africans, they will tell you, especially people from Gambia, Sierra Leone, Liberia, they will tell you how valuable my unit has been to them. We have the urology unit, which has performed excellent surgeries. And some of these services that we provide, there are many Ghanaians who do not even know that these services are available. I tell you what, 2 years ago, I and my colleagues operated on the spine of a 5-year-old child through the mouth. It was the first time it was being performed in the whole of West Africa.
You did a spine surgery through the mouth?
Through the mouth.
Okay, I'm just picturing it, but some would have said it's not easier going through the back then.
Yeah. It was in a very delicate area, the junction between the brain and then the spinal cord.
Oh, okay.
And this boy came from far in the Upper West region.
Okay.
Even getting money to come for review, it's a problem for that boy. But as we speak, the boy is able to go back to school because this service was available in Ghana. Elsewhere, this boy would have been dead. And we did this surgery at a far cheaper cost. And there are many of those stories that people do not know. And this is what the Health First would seek to offer. And then there are innovators also within the healthcare industries, and we are hoping that they will also be there to showcase what they've been doing. We'll also be having various fora to give opportunities for some of the very important health issues to be discussed. And one of the major issues will be artificial intelligence and then the use of telemedicine in healthcare delivery today. And we have experts in Korle-Bu who will be able to speak to this. And I'm sure the public will be amazed as to what AI can be used to do with regards to healthcare. And going forward in the next maybe 100 years, that is where our focus will be. And that is where we hope to launch our legacy project, which seeks to make sure that our people are well educated with the use of AI and other technologies going forward. And so we'll be launching the legacy projects, which will be something that Ghanaians should all be excited about.
That's interesting.
Because
That's very interesting to know, and it sounds very exciting too. But a little bit whispered to me that, I mean, yeah, it's wonderful to come to Korle-Bu, but would we get the opportunity to have, I mean, 1 or 2 minutes of consultations too? Because if you have the opportunity to meet Dr. Hadi Abdallah, you sure should be aware that everything is okay with you. Will we get the opportunity to get some of those things done?
Yes. I mean, there will be opportunities. We are even going to have like free medical screening for the general public there as well.
See.
The various departments will have their representatives there as well. And you understand like the various avenues by which you can access some of these top healthcare providers. You know, so I mean, some of my colleagues today have flown through private jet to go and operate on very important people in the world. Many Ghanaians do not know about this.
That's fascinating.
They
Stories you should be telling more.
Yeah.
Well, now let me bring in the photo exhibition part, and Korle-Bu is with me in studio. What exactly will be exhibiting in these pictures?
So much as you are very excited about all these stories that are being shared, you realize that it's the photos or the images that would have to tell the stories even the more.
Okay.
And so we are putting together all these exciting activities in photos so that for you who participate or who come through the Health Fest, you'll be able to go through the past of Korle-Bu, you'll be able to see the present, and you're able to see the future that Korle-Bu is building. For example, how do we see what Dr. Hadi did and the operation they did? We are going to showcase all of that.
Oh, I see.
How would you meet with the first radiologist female in Korle-Bu? I mean, we've presented her images. How would you see the past CEOs that have come through Korle-Bu, the 24, 25 of them, all through? You need to come and see them. The oldest Audley, who has been in Korle-Bu, the longest serving security person, and some of the innovations that are happening. It is best presented in images. And so the homecoming committee have put together the photo exhibition to tell the stories. And like they always say, a photo tells 1,000 words. So we're inviting everybody who comes through to be part of the conversation, to see what Korle-Bu has been doing and to see what Korle-Bu is going to do for the future.
And he knows how to tell stories with pictures anyway. He's making a living of that. Some say more than the other profession, but that's a conversation.
But that is because Korle-Bu has given me the platform to be able to equally tell the health stories. We know we have significant photographers around.
Brilliant.
But for my side, I'm a nurse, I see the incredible number of information that is out there. And health information is key.
That's
Whatever information you give out there can influence the choice of someone. So we have to also use images to be able to tell the right stories for people to see. And the right stories and the beautiful stories exist in the beautiful land of Korle-Bu.
Tell us where this is happening in Korle-Bu, and people who are not part of the immediate family of Korle-Bu invited. So tell us about that.
So you are affiliate family of Korle-Bu.
Yes.
And all advocacy groups are invited, students and everybody are invited to come. Now this is happening right at our biggest car park, the surgical car park. Others say it's right in front of the cardiothoracic department. And we'll have a beautiful booth set up, and then you can come through right from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Now, something exciting will happen on the last day. We'll have our department. You come and meet some of the specialist doctors, specialist nurses, the pharmacists, having some cooking competition as part of way to promote health and wellness. We would teach how to, that you don't always have to bring your condition complicated to the facility, but you also take your healthcare in your own hands to eat right and to stay healthy.
I know doctors I can vouch do not know how to cook. Hopefully they will not participate in this one. I will list them later on, but there's an important point. We know it's starting tomorrow.
Exactly.
When is it ending?
So it ends on Friday. So on Wednesday we have the opening beautifully. We open up for even the media to ask questions, to understand what Korle-Bu is doing, and to also contribute. How can Korle-Bu build on or fill in the gaps where the media has observed over time? you can ask all the questions that you want and get the answers that you want and be part of building the Korle-Bu that we want. And on second day, we'll look at innovation, conversations on innovation, because in the next 100, Korle-Bu wouldn't necessarily be buildings and all of that. We have to look at beautiful innovation, embrace technology to be able to address the
I had the AI
challenges.
part.
Yes, and it's incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Very soon they'll shoot the good doctor from Korle-Bu. You don't believe it?
Well,
that is why I am bringing you in for final words. That's why I introduced the part where I am fascinated with artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
So I'm saying very soon they'll shoot the good daughter from Korle-Bu, maybe our own version of it or anything close to that locally. Dr. Hadi Abdallah, you agree, right?
Yeah, I mean, no, I think for me, for neurosurgery, it's technologically based now. I mean, without technology, practicing neurosurgery would be difficult. So we are really excited by AI and what it can be used for. And I think that is the way every profession should approach innovations such as AI. You can use it positively. It is not going to dislodge what you can do. You can actually use it to enhance what you do. So if you are a journalist today, you shouldn't be scared of what AI. You should rather look at the positive aspect that is going to rather enhance your job and make you better. I've spoken about even the use of AI in sports medicine today, and it's helping a lot of athletes, and their numbers are now being known. It can predict injury of athletes today. So these are some of the exciting conversations that we'll be having there. I want to actually use this opportunity to make my last appeal to Ghanaians. If you look at healthcare, I mean, I'm going to be at the Great Ormond Street Hospital in UK. If you look at this hospital, a lot is being done by the general public. It's a trust hospital.
That's true.
And I'm looking forward to the day that Ghanaians will begin to have like family trust. There are a lot of rich Ghanaians, but one of the things we should always ask ourselves is, what are you leaving to the next generation? People have died, and rather we have their families fighting over their riches.
True.
Elsewhere, we have families, rich families, that have been able to establish trust, that are taking care of children, are taking care of cancer hospitals. I want to appeal today and speak to the heart of many Ghanaians, especially Ghanaians in the Club 100, the Legon Club. They should ask, what are they living? There was a woman who gave virtually all her wealth to make sure that medical students for the next 100 years will be trained in the US. This is what is making the difference in many countries. This is what is making the difference in the West. You shouldn't be proud that I am a rich man when at the end of your life, you virtually have not lived anything for the world except to your immediate family. And I think we should begin to think about this. And this is what I expect our journalists, the content creators, the influencers, this is how we should start judging as to who is a rich person in Ghana.
It's a fascinating point. It's a fascinating point. And if I could recap, all that you're saying is that instead of spending huge amount of money or purporting to spend on side chicks and exhibition of cars, the admonition is that you spend a lot more on legacies that are enduring, like your colleagues are doing elsewhere. And on that note, I want to thank you so much, Dr. Hadi Abdallah, and hopefully you return soon, because I'm beginning to get worried about how long you are staying away. Anyway, he is chairing the homecoming committee of Korle-Bu at 100, yes. And in studio, Kobe Blay has been with me. He is in charge of the what they call it. He's a big man in the homecoming committee too. He's deputy chairman of the homecoming committee, Korle-Bu at 100. Kobe, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
After these messages, we'll return with a conversation on Defend Media Freedom GH.
that you want to attack him.
It's funny. It's funny. You hear people on social media say, why is the media not talking about this? Why is the media not talking about that? And then they'll mention a topic.
Yeah.
How did you know about that topic? How did you even know such a topic exists?
It's the media.
It's the media that made you aware of it. Anyway, look, let's get into our conversation. I think this is important. The media in Ghana is like we are media plus. We don't just tell you what happens. We don't tell you about the problems. We solve them.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen in any other part of the world. Do you think CNN goes around, fixing, plugging holes that government has left open? No. But we do that.
Upon ourselves.
And somehow we get less respect than CNN or BBC. Right? It's funny. It's amusing. But let's get into the conversation. Our guest, Suleiman Abrahima, is Executive Director of Media Foundation for West Africa. He joins us over the phone. Sule, good morning to you. Thank you for your time.
Morning, Mr. Joe. Thank you for having me.
I want us to start from a very, some might think it's controversial. I just think it's about setting the record straight. You have monitored press freedom through the numbers that don't lie for years now, for at least a decade that I've been aware of, but I know you've done it longer. Sule, tell us, when people say that the press is more at risk now than they ever were under previous governments, are they right or are they exaggerating?
Well, Kojo, thank you very much. To answer it directly, I would say that is the reality, especially if you are looking at it from, say, the post-Rawlings era to today. The risk factors have increased. The indirect acts of repression have increased. The fear that journalists have in doing the kind of reporting that, makes journalism worthwhile has increased. And so it is real. It's just to also add that there are some of the reasons that can be attributed to the actions of government, but there are other reasons that can also be attributed to the general contextual environment in our country.
Well, let's break it down. Let's see if we can understand what is behind this surge in danger to the media.
Well, so a number of factors. And I think that in analyzing the media context, the broad indicators would be around legal and regulatory issues, political issues or the political environment, issues around independence of the media, professionalism of the media, questions around ownership, and then the general issue about safety of journalists. Now, and I think we can start it from the last point, which is the safety of journalists. People would always reference perhaps what has been the highest or the most grievous incident that we've recorded over the last at least 1 decade, the murder of Ahmed Swale. And government's, I would say, unwillingness to investigate the matter and bring the perpetrators to book. Apart from that, as you said, we've been monitoring incidents of media rights violations for more than a decade now. Under President Kufuor, there were about 64 incidents of, violations over the 8-year period. Then that reduced to 56 under the Mills Mahama 8 years. And because I did 8 years for Kufuor, it's okay to do Mahama Mills combined 8 years. And so we were witnessing a pattern of reduction. And that was also reflected in the Global Press Freedom Index. And even before the Press Freedom Index, Freedom House also used to do the Freedom of the Press Index. And so the pattern was reflected in both the indices by Reporters Without Borders and Freedom House then. So naturally, one would have been expecting that as our democracy continued to grow, we should be seeing a reduction in the incidence of press freedom violations. But that hasn't been the case. President Akufo-Addo's government is yet to be 8 years. Of course, it's just about 5 or so months away. But so far, we have more than 70 incidents recorded. So even far more than what was recorded under Kufuor's regime, where you would say, okay, that was a transition from the PNDC, NDC 1, NDC 2, and so we're still growing. And it's not just the numbers that even matter. What also matters is the gravity of the violations. So if you have a case of the murder of Ahmed Swale, we've had a case where national security have picked up Ajafor and his colleague, blindfolded them, picked them up from their office, took them to national security, blindfolded them, kept them for more than a day. When they were released, they claimed they were tortured, they were beaten up, and all of that. And as I speak to you today, Ajafor's equipment are still in the custody of national security, and this is more than 4 years ago, and we still have these equipment in national security's custody. You remember the incident of your colleague Latif Idris and what happened at the police headquarters, the gravity of the violation, and we can go on and on and on. We've had incidents where party tags or people would just storm the studios of a media house and start assaulting a journalist. We've had incidents where journalists are beaten up mercilessly. And in most cases, what is even more saddening is the fact that people who commit the offenses go scot-free, And so the impunity with which these crimes or, violations are committed against journalists is another worrying development. Now, in all this, you would expect that the government of the day would conduct itself or act in a way that would send a message of deterrence to people who intend or actually perpetrate these acts. But unfortunately, if you recall, when we were all, advocating for justice in relation to the Ahmed Swale's murder and describing it as a very grievous press freedom violation, the president, in addressing the Bar Association conference in Takoradi about 2 or so years ago, said, it's unfortunate that people are referring to the Ahmed Swale incident as a matter related to press freedom, and said, look, a legislator was murdered in his house, and nobody has described that as an attack on the legislature. And I think that was really an unfortunate statement to make. Later, after a lot of pressure on him, he backtracked that, and then in another forum in Accra, then promised, and the forum was at the Press Media Freedom Forum. Then he says, look, we would make sure that we investigate and bring the perpetrators to book. And that has been how many years now? Nothing has happened. So in terms of the safety dimension, things have really deteriorated. And when you speak to journalists, they will tell you their fear. Again, to add, in 2019, and I always say that was one of the most hectic moments for me in my job, trying to assist Manasseh to be out of this country, following, the incidents of threats, and these were real, and in order to have him protected, we needed to do everything possible to get him out of the country. And issues of visa, because on what basis are you getting the visa? Are you going to tell the embassy that, this journalist is and he's running away? Would a visa be granted, or would it not be granted? It was a very, very hectic moment. Fortunately, at the end of the day, we were able to get him a visa to leave for South Africa. The following year, 2020, actually, ahead of the elections, and perhaps many people don't know this, ahead of the elections, Manasseh had to leave again for Germany for his safety. I don't think that Manasseh is somebody who is at a point where he will say, look, I'm trying to create something so that I can be out of the country or I can get a visa. This is not the type of person we are talking about. So the threats are real. And unfortunately, as people have said, we were expecting better under this government. It never happened. Look at the use of the law on fear and panic and false publication. It's been used under this regime more than any other regime that we know of, even though this was the same president who accused President Mills of applying that law to stifle press freedom, to censor journalists. And that was when, if you recall, your former colleague, Ato Kwame Nadazi, had said something about Ghana Real Estate Development Agency, GREDA, and then the police had invited him about, his source. And then there was another incident where a guy called Nana Dakwa or so had claimed that Rawlings had set his own house ablaze, and the police picked him up for false publication. President Akufo-Addo in 2011 had cause to accuse the Mills administration of abusing that piece of legislation, which he described as something that had, never been used, put in the shelves, but the government had picked it up, dusted it off, and is now applying vigorously because the government was bereft of the criminal libel law that it could have used against journalists. So if people are expressing fear and people are saying the risks for journalists have increased under this regime, these are the realities. It's not me saying. These are the facts. And it's not surprising, therefore, that we've moved from, in our press freedom ranking, from 26 in 2017 to 23 in 2018. That put us first in Africa. And then we moved on to 30, and from 30 we jumped to 60, and then 62nd, and now, 2024 we came back to 50th, which is still not something that we should be proud of.
Let me ask you something about, posturing. You've given a number of examples of posturing that comes from the authorities, those who are supposed to be promoting, the defense of media freedom, the posturing that doesn't help, right? But there is something that we almost always hear every time the issue of press freedom comes up. We had most of these examples coming through when Kojo Oppong Nkrumah was information minister. We heard him on numerous occasions. Anytime he talked about the importance of press freedom, he would immediately add that it was also important for journalists to be responsible. We needed responsible journalism. Now, some people found that to be the wrong posture. Why though? I mean, is responsible journalism not indeed important?
Well, absolutely, it is important. We cannot be talking about press freedom without also demanding professionalism. And I've always said that unprofessional media conduct constitutes perhaps one of the most serious threats to press freedom. And so it is important that as we talk about press freedom, we also talk about professionalism. And I would always prefer professionalism, or the term professionalism, to responsibility. That is not to rule out the validity of that terminology. But you see, it's all about how the government of the day reacts. Again, President Akufo-Addo at some point made it a point to almost repeat the point that, we are at a point when journalists get it wrong, and you raise their wrongs to them. They say, you are criticizing the media. They say you are attacking press freedom. To the point where party followers then started, when something happens, they say, for journalists, they say we can't criticize them. For journalists, they say, they are above criticism. When you do this and we criticize you, you say press freedom. And that was coming from, an action or a pronouncement by the president. And so, yes, I agree. Responsible media, it's what we really need as a country. If the media decides to be irresponsible, unprofessional, we would not certainly then get the benefits of journalism and the essence or the importance of press freedom. Because press freedom is not just because we want the press to be free, but it's because when the press are free and they are able to do their work well, the benefits are so enormous to society. And so I agree that it is important for all of us to send a message for responsible media. And indeed, Kojo, the truth of the matter is that there are certain journalists who conduct their affairs in such a way that sometimes when they are in trouble, it becomes difficult for you to stand by them. Because people would basically play to you what they've been doing and ask you, when these things were happening, what did you do? You know, so yes, it's a fact that there are. Recently, we had calls to, talk about some of the irresponsible and unprofessional things that journalists are doing, which then undermines press freedom. But that should not be grounds for abuses. That's why there are laws. I don't think that we are saying that because of press freedom, there are no laws that should, get errant journalists into trouble. If you are a journalist and you do the wrong thing, the law can deal with you, and that is what we must do, rather than, either beat up, storm studios, create a narrative that would get journalists to be disliked, create a narrative that would spike up antagonism against journalists and all of that. That is what the problem is.
Let me ask you about our legal framework. In fact, I'll do that when we come back from these messages. We're talking to Suleiman Abrahima, Executive Director of the Media Foundation for West Africa. We're having this conversation in anticipation of our Thursday National Dialogue on defending press freedom. Crucial national conversation. When we come back, we'll ask about the legal framework. Is it where it should be? Does it still need tweaking? Are there laws that put journalists in danger? Let's explore after these.
Hey, Eradi, where are all these high bills coming from? Now, where they made it here? In these times of high electricity tariffs, Build-Freeze solar hybrid air conditioners are your sure bet to cut down on electricity bills. Build-Freeze cool your buildings comfortably with very low energy consumption. The amazing part is the air conditioners are built with the latest German technologies that give you 80% savings on energy consumption compared to traditional air conditioners. Build-Freeze come with a 6-year warranty and free after-sales servicing for a year. Please call us for purchases on 053 1100 915 053 1100 915. Build Freeze, superior cooling with lower energy.
Gasaba. Smoke from firewood and charcoal is harmful and as damaging to our lungs as cigarettes. It can cause heart diseases leading to stroke and may even affect our eyesight in the long run. Grandmothers, mothers, sisters, wives, men, caterers, and everyone still cooking with charcoal, let's switch to LPG gas. The National Petroleum Authority has introduced the cylinder recirculation model in collaboration with local partners to make gas more accessible in all local communities. Whether you own a cylinder or not, join our CRM initiative. Simply show up at any exchange point near you with a small down payment to receive a filled cylinder or swap your empty one. Regular safety checks will be in place. Say ebisa musemo or gas. Afeidie gasaba. Switch from firewood and charcoal to gas for a better and healthier life. This message is brought to you by the National Petroleum Authority and the Ministry of Energy.
John Mr. J, baby.
Coffee in your cup. Enjoy.
Morning Show on Joy. We're talking to Suleiman Abraima. He's the Executive Director of the Media Foundation for West Africa. He will be one of the speakers at hashtag Defend Media Freedom GH, which is our national dialogue coming up on Thursday. All right. So we're about to explore a couple more areas with him before we wrap things up. But before that, Jobberman Ghana, in collaboration with Cosmos Innovation Center and in partnership with the MasterCard Foundation and Agri Impact Limited, is organizing a career fair and employer forum. The event, dubbed Beyond the Fields, Exploring Agribusiness and Job Opportunities for the Youth, will be held alongside the Agricultural Innovation for Africa Conference, which takes place on the 28th and 29th of August 2024 at the University of Professional Studies, Accra, UPSA, auditorium from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. each day. Now, the Jobberman Ghana Career Fair and Employer Forum will feature discussions on employability skills training, CV review clinic, panel discussions, networking, and exhibitions. So for job seekers, this is an opportunity for you to meet and network with top-tier employers ready to offer you the platform to hone your skills and grow in your career. For employers, enjoy brand visibility, cut your hiring costs, meet highly skilled young people ready to make an impact in your agribusiness venture, and exhibit your services for free. Admission is free. Go to jobberman.com.gh/career-fair-2024 or call 0270 176662 to sign up. This event is powered by Jobberman Ghana in collaboration with Cosmos Innovation Center and its partners, including MasterCard Foundation and Agri Impact Limited.
Now, you're speccing that old car or a home makeover or a relaxing beach getaway. Use your ABSA card 10 times or more in a month, and you could be a lucky winner in the ABSA Change Your Story promotion and extra entries by using our digital channels 5 times or more. From now until the end of October, 5 lucky winners will take away 40,000 Ghana cedis each every month to change their stories. For more information, visit any ABSA branch today. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Your story matters. ABSA. Terms and conditions apply.
Now, in today's dynamic business environment, a robust workforce is pivotal to achieving success. This is why we have thoughtfully designed our corporate health insurance plans to empower your employees and bolster your organization's performance. With Equity Health Insurance, your investment transcends ordinary insurance. It represents a commitment to the future of your company. Our health plans are individually tailored to accommodate the unique needs of your employees, offering comprehensive coverage and exceptional benefits. Our support goes beyond administrative tax and premiums. At Equity Health Insurance, we are dedicated to standing by your side throughout the entire journey. Feel free, please, to reach out to us at 0501 515 124 or 0539 135 073 so that we can further enhance the level of service we provide you. Always hashtag here for you.
Now, if conferencing doesn't have to be the same boring routine, the location for your next conference can both be result-centered and relaxing. Aqua Safari Resort gives you the best of both worlds and more. Let them take the stress out of the process. Just call them on 054 011 0190 and watch your conferences and events effortlessly taken care of.
Well, it's here again, the Upstream Petroleum Industries Annual Local Content Conference and Exhibition, organized by the regulator, the Petroleum Commission Ghana. Join over 1,000 participants, 50 decision makers, industry players, and experts from over 10 countries at the 2024 Local Content Conference and Exhibition taking place in Takoradi from Wednesday the 2nd to Friday, the 4th of October 2024. Theme: Attracting E&P Investment to Boost Local Content New Pathways. For details on participation and sponsorship packages, please contact Ms. Judith Blay via call on 0246 470974 via email judithblay@petrocom.gov.gh. You can also visit our website, ghanalcce.com. Follow us on social media at Petroleum Commission Ghana for more information.
Now, do you want the respect, acknowledgement, and opportunities that come with being ranked among Ghana's top businesses? If so, we have some exciting news for you. The prestigious Ghana Club 100 Awards is back for its 21st edition, and it's currently open for entries, right? Coming on the 11th of October 2024, 100 outstanding companies in multiple sectors will be ranked based on their growth, profitability, and impact. To be eligible for these coveted awards, an entrant must be a limited liability firm. Alternatively, companies with government interest should have less than 50% government ownership unless the company is listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange. Businesses who wish to be considered for the awards should fill an application form online and read details on how to physically submit applications on GIPC's website, which is gipc.gov.gh. The deadline for submission is the 20th of September 2024. So mark your calendars and get ready to celebrate corporate Ghana in grand style. For further information on the event, sponsorship, and advertising, kindly contact Charles Opoku-Mensah or Ifua Techi Mills on 0302 961 0244 318 or send an email to info@gipcghana.com. Kojo, in the future, when I secure permission, I'll tell you Charles Opoku-Mensah as a nickname, okay? Back in Lagos.
When you secure
permission.
All right. Now, the new order of retirement is here. Now you can retire on your own terms with a guaranteed monthly income for the rest of your life. Yeah, simply invest a lump sum into the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan today and start receiving monthly income to enjoy the perfect retirement. It's that easy. The best part is you get to enjoy salary increase. So in 2023-24, it was 16%. Now, call Old Mutual on 050-453-4333 or just go to oldmutual.com.gh or dial *789*01# to request a call. Obrapa ahotonkwa. Old Mutual. Do great things every day.
Well, hello Ghana, it's that time of the year again. The Ghana Fruit and Vegetable Fair is about to hit Accra. So the Horticulture Business Platform, in collaboration with IDH and Ghana Vegetables, with funding support from the Royal Netherlands Embassy, presents the 8th Ghana Fruit and Vegetable Fair 2024. Register to exhibit if you're a farmer, an agro-input supplier, an exporter or a distributor of fresh fruit and vegetable, or looking forward to connecting with the right vegetable actors and stakeholders along the horticultural value chain. Then be at this year's 8th Ghana Fruit and Vegetable Fair happening at the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park from the 5th to the 7th of September 2024 from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day. Theme: working together, taking horticulture to the next level. Other partners include the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, Green Label Ghana Foundation, Eden Tree, Bouquet Cuisine, Maflex Trust, Ghana Limited, and Vegetable Producers and Exporters Association of Ghana. Come and patronize fresh fruits and vegetables for good health and well-being. Attendance is free. See you there.
Now, let me give you some good news coming from Lancaster University, Ghana. Do you want a British education at a fraction of the cost? Ask these gentlemen there, they have it. Do you want a vibrant student experience in a community that equips you with useful employability skills that taking you a step closer to your career and your dreams, really? Enjoy all these and more, plus 50% scholarship for your degree at Lancaster University, Ghana. Be taught by the finest faculty, trained to UK standards at our campus. For more information, visit this website, lancaster.edu.gh. You can also contact us via email at admissions@lancaster.edu.gh or call right now. This is the number. +233 020 960 7008. Lancaster University, Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa.
Okay then, so let's get back into our conversation. And Suleiman Abrahima is Executive Director of the Media Foundation for West Africa, and he's been talking to us ahead of the hashtag Defend Media Freedom GH National Dialogue, which is going to take place on Thursday, thanks to JoyNews. So listen, let's get more into it. And just before the break, we raised the question of the legal framework. Very quickly, Suleiman, is our legal framework part of the problem or part of the solution? Do we have laws that do protect us, or are we still working with some laws like the ones under which people are picked up for, causing fear and panic and so forth? Are we working under some laws that rather pose a danger to the press?
Well, Kojo, I think that Ghana has one of the most robust constitutional guarantees for press freedom. If you look at Chapter 12 of our Constitution, it is replete with very, very concrete and robust, guarantees for press freedom. Of course, there is a provision that also talks about the fact that all these guarantees are subject to rules and regulations and laws, that are necessary for democratic order. And when the NMC was created and came into being in 1993 as one of the very first constitutionally mandated, constitutional bodies, there was a seminar organized in 1993 in anticipation of the liberalization of the airways. And that the outcome of that conference in 1993 contains very, very profound, guidance that ought to have been put in place to ensure that the constitutional guarantees that we have truly are implemented in ways that would, give us all the benefits that we must have. Unfortunately, over time, and that's about 30 years now, I think that we've been relaxed. Institutions that ought to have taken actions have failed to take action. And here, one of them is actually the National Media Commission. As far as I can recall, it was in 2015 that the NMC made an attempt to come up with a piece of an LI, which was LI 2224, to try and somehow manage to regulate the space and grant some power to the NMC so that their regulatory powers can be enforced. Unfortunately, that LI contained regulations that some of us raised questions about, and therefore it wasn't surprising when the Supreme Court said various regulations within the LI, specifically 4, 5, 6, all the way to 12, and Regulation 22 were at variance with the constitutional provisions, and to that extent were null and void, and basically threw out that LI. Since then, nothing stops the NMC from, proposing a new LI, taking into consideration the views expressed by the Supreme Court. And in fact, if you read the Supreme Court's ruling, it says that the NMC knows what it should do. So the Supreme Court, in its ruling, admits and accepts the fact that what the NMC was attempting to do was necessary. But then they went overboard with certain regulations within the LI. And therefore, if they wanted to do the right thing, they knew the steps to take. Till now, that's about almost 10 years now, nothing has happened. Of course, we've been battling for the passage of the broadcasting law for almost 2 decades now. Nothing has happened. Then we have Section 76 of the Electronic Communications Act and Section 208 of the Criminal and Other Offences Act, Act 29, that contain, that makes room for this whole thing about causing fear and panic and so on, that, as I said, this government appears to have weaponized over the last 7-8 years to really repress people, get people into trouble. Some people have been arrested, Bobia and Sam, Mensa Thompson, or Ken Thompson, and a few others. In fact, recently I read a report about somebody having been jailed 1 month for publication of false news. Well, so long as the law is there, you will say that it must be therefore implemented. But these are bad laws, because we cannot say that we've decriminalized libel, which means that, yes, there are still media offenses, but those offenses must be said that they must not be criminalized. People can be fined and all of that. But if we still have laws in our books that still criminalizes media laws that criminalize media offenses, then, as somebody would say, have we gone or have we come? I think that over the period, people did not bother because those laws were not being applied. Except in the Atoko Abenadazi and that guy who said Rawlings burnt his house. That it was brought up, but even that, it didn't go anywhere. It was just about police invitation, and then in the end, it ended there. But as I said, President Akufo-Addo even had issues with that. But then during his regime, we see the weaponization of those pieces of legislation to get people into trouble. So I think, as we've been advocating, we still have those laws that we need to deal with. And we can regulate our media space without criminalizing media offenses. Of course, no one wants a proliferation of false information. Today you are there, somebody says this. The next day you are there, somebody says this. And we say we don't have a law to regulate that. It's important we have that.
I think this is a good place to wrap up because you've obviously got lots more to say, but we'll save it for the national dialogue on hashtag Defend Media Freedom GH, which is happening this Thursday, the 29th of August 2024. Until then, Suleiman Abrahima, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much, Kojo. Thank you for having me. I look forward to Thursday.
Yes, we do too. And that's Sule, Executive Director of the Media Foundation for West Africa. Listen, some messages from our partners. We're back after these.
Confidence matters in insurance. Confidence has doubled. The game changer of insurance is now here in Ghana. Sanlam and Allianz have joined forces to create an unstoppable force. Sanlam Allianz.
That's right. This partnership will give customers 238 years of combined experience, making Sanlam Allianz the titan of insurance in Ghana and Africa. Sanlam Allianz is here to give you the personalized service you deserve and more. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a true definition of confidence. Visit www.gh.sanlamallianz.com. Sanlam Allianz. Live with confidence because you have confidence in us.
The luckiest.
Star 712 #.
Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah.
Welcome and now for a daily star 712 # and found no regrets. A Sankoma investors are a striking gold. A Sankoma health workers are a diagnosing luck with precision. A Sankoma that tough guy who couldn't hold back his tears. Say a Sankoma passionate fan on also entering containing a joy. After to the seamstresser or turning a hard-earned stitches into a bundle of happiness. And now, a Sankoma, if you say your next big win is right here.
Star 712 #. Luck is everywhere.
Dial star 712 # and join the luckiest winning celebration. From the 1st of July 2024, dial star 712 # to keep buying tickets as a group, individual, or even as a community. Win loads of cash and prizes in the community draw or go for the grand draw on the 30th of November 2024. Unlock your luck with star 712 #. Join the winning streak now.
The luckiest.
Star 712 #.
Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah. The luckiest.
This is James. Leave a message.
James, the game's about to start and everybody's here. Salah's got the meat going, Erling's got the cold ones, Saka's chilling. Where are you, man?
All your best football friends are waiting for you to join them for the Premier League. From 10 August to 10 November, you can get GoTV Super Plus now for the discounted price of 265 cedis to enjoy all 380 games of the Premier League live. Don't wait. Upgrade today. GoTV. Love it. T's and C's apply.
The other day, I visited Kweku at his spunky new office to congratulate him on opening his business. And man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said,
it's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No laggy online meetings, great download and upload speeds, impeccable business management systems, all inclusive. I mean, you can have it all.
Sharp! I signed on immediately.
To enable your business stay ahead and stay connected, make sure you're signed on to the best internet made just for businesses. MTN Business Broadband. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh message and manage your account on my MTN app. Call 0244 308 111 for more information. We are good together everywhere you go.
Get way more chances to play with Betway. Every week, you have the choice to pick your prize, from free flights to free spins. Also, you can make the perfect play. Plus, you also stand a chance to choose your own prize, from vouchers to electronics or the grand prize of an airline ticket. All of this exclusive to Betway. Terms and conditions apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet the responsible way. Betway. Get way more.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
And if you come to the awards, you will hear a lot, see a lot, experience a lot, and go home ever fulfilled.
Solomon Latte, President, Chartered Insurance Institute of Ghana and CEO of ASIAC Insurance, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and see you on Saturday.
Thank you. Hope to see you.
Sure. Stay with us. There's more after these.
Asanwa, baby. You see how we blink on that, baby.
Singing the song.
I actually thought that he was going to give us one of his dance moves.
Yeah.
From way back.
Yes. Because what you're wearing there, it looks like the
Slim Buster, baby.
The crowd is there, glitters.
This song is by Duncan Mighty.
No,
Slim Buster connection here.
We are saying that you used to dance to similar songs.
Slim Buster, baby.
So sister, yummy lady. Hey.
So sister, baby.
I prefer my Sharita.
That's what you're using to dance.
Chocolita.
How are you going to do that?
But that's why the man was dancing in secondary school. That's why he liked Smooth Criminal.
I see.
From that Smooth Criminal to
you used that one to perform. We are aware of your dancing days.
Yes.
Let's move our lives on. By the way, this August, Joy Business Masterclass has been continuing through a thrilling 13-week agribusiness series. Okay, so from snail farming to aquaculture to organic farming and agro processing, listen, they've got it all. Over the next 13 weeks, you're going to learn from Ghana's top agribusiness pros who are sharing their secrets to success. So every Wednesday, 1:30 p.m., dive into practical tips, inspiring stories, and interactive discussions. So whether you're a seasoned farmer or just starting out, this series is for you. Tune in to Joy 99.7 FM and be part of Ghana's agribusiness revolution. Stay tuned, stay inspired, and grow with us. Joy Business, empowering, prospering together.
And let go of the overpriced land, home ownership, and furnishing deals. Get the best deals for your housing needs at one place. Visit the EcoBank JoyNews mini fair at Good Park near Accra Mall from the 30th of August to the 1st of September 2024. The fair is open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily and admission is free. Be there to engage with various stakeholders in the housing value chain for your home ownership needs. EcoBank JoyNews Habitat Fair. Get a house, make it a home. The EcoBank JoyNews Habitat Fair is in partnership with EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, and powered by the Plan City Extension Project from Cities and Habitat, rent to own and sponsored by Elegant Homes, where quality meets value, safety and home solutions. You think of a door, we have it. G&J Technical Services, G&J, the generator people, Def Traco Woodlands, a master planned gated city, DPS pipes connecting you to life. Home world building supplies, let's build together. Global lighting, your solution to quality lighting. Superlog, you deserve the best Everlast UPVC windows and doors. The right choice for windows and doors. Syntex Tank, you're strong, you're tough. Lesh Fortune Limited, curtains Papa be luxuriously perfect. DBS Roofing Industry, your roof experts, virtual security, complete security solution, Uben Security Doors protecting lives and properties, Clifton Homes, beautiful homes, wise investments, EcoBank JoyNews Habitat Fair, get a home, get a house, make it a home.
Now, this September, and today is 27th, right?
Yes.
So the month will soon end. Then we're getting into September, right?
Sure.
From the very first day of September to the 8th of September, all roads in the Republic of Ghana leads to Cape Coast for the 60th Ogua Fetu Afashe Festival. And I must say that you would know on the big day, that's the big climax, the Grand Derby, on Saturday the 7th of September, you surely will be having Winston Amwa steering affairs and being in charge of that Grand Derby. Now, before that, though, there will be royal dinner with the 2-4-say-2-2, the Asante as guest of honor. There's also going to be a Com night and night of reverence at Cape Coast Castle. There's the Bakatue Regatta. Then there's also what you should know, because Kojo is involved, there's a lot of excitement and enjoyment involved. Afashe in the park. A 24/7 food, drink, and entertainment bazaar. Imagine Wobeti playing 24/7 with his Apollo Eye non-stop from the 1st to the 8th of September at the Bacano beachfront. For inquiries and to book a stand at Afashe in the park, call 059 6050 600. Media partners are the multimedia group. So come, vibe with the Safohin himself and your favorite stars right here and at Adom and at Hits FM. Now, the city of Ogua Afashe, Fetu Afashe, is going to be 8 days of fun, culture, and merrymaking. See you there. I deliver.
Hey, you are a problem. Oh my God. Okay. Filler. All right. Filler day. Come close to your radio set for the gist of the year. Did you know that your energy-giving, great-tasting Lucozade has a new look? Listen, whether you're out and about or you're in the office, in school, or even in the trotro, all you need to restore your energy is to look out for the new, sleeker, slimmer Lucozade Original 330 milliliter can with the same energy that you've known for years. So now you can go about your day with even more swag as you drink Lucozade from your new sleek can. So go ahead, grab your Lucozade sleek can and discover the same unbeatable energy with every sip. Lucozade, restore your energy. This advert is FDA approved.
And what can you remember from 15 years ago? You had just bought your first mobile phone maybe, or just sent a text message via the internet for the very first time, or just discovered the ease of moving money around conveniently. Well, think back to all those moments. Momo has been there for you. Guess what? Momo is 15 years old from the first time you send money to a loved one, to paying your bills effortlessly, or enjoying the peace of mind that comes with secure, safe, and reliable transactions. It's been an amazing journey so far. Now get ready for some mouth-watering offers as we celebrate Momo at 15. Look out for our market storms and floats near you and win some mind-blowing prizes. Thank you, Ghana, for doing this with us. Download my Momo on App Store, Google Play Store, and just Momo it everywhere you go.
Now you're ready to make every moment count, from the simple pleasures of treating yourself to unforgettable weekend getaways or a special surprise for someone you love. You can have that perfect companion. Now Stanbic cards are there for those fulfilling moments that make you go like, yes, this is it. Talk to Stanbic on 0302815789 and on social media at Stanbic Bank GH, or visit stanbicbank.com.gh to learn more.
All right, well, since we are all learning more, let me remind you that Roverman Productions anniversary quarter, and in partnership with the National Theatre and Joy FM, takes you to dramatic streets in an original uncleable white play titled I Want to Feed You. It's the break of a new dawn, and with it comes the craziness of the neighborhood. Auntie Peace is raining curses because her Christmas chicken is missing. Inshira is asked to stay away from Sewa, the girl he loves. And two men are fighting over Obushi's new baby. Meanwhile, Sewa has a secret from her past that keeps chasing her, and the preacher knows more than they think he does. Secrets. Okay, I Want to Feed You shows on the 6th, 7th, 8th, 13th, 14th, and 15th of September at the National Theatre. Showtimes are Fridays at 7 p.m. That's just one show. Saturdays, 2 shows, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. And on Sundays, 3 shows, 1 p.m., 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. 200 Ghana cedis will get you in. Buy tickets now via the Korle-Bu short code *365*535# or the Roverman app. Tickets for outlets. Whoa. Outlets for tickets will be available later. Loyalty discounts apply to loyal patrons and those on the loyalty card. Discounts are also available for big purchases. So to place your orders or to make inquiries, please send a WhatsApp to 050-554-6030 or you can call 050-554-6010. Sponsors are Korle-Bu, Gino Tomato Mix, GCB Bank and Teely's Tea. Communication partners are M-Notify and Logistics Movers. Buy your tickets now. Roverman Productions, be the difference.
So I'm sure by now you know that all 41 LPG companies and the 800 stations across the country are 100% built and operated by indigenous Ghanaians. And so when you refuel your cylinder with us, you support the growth of indigenous businesses and create more jobs. But that's not the only reason for why you should choose us. Our LPG distribution network offers unbeatable value, allowing you to buy any amount of the product in whichever quantities you need, making it incredibly pocket friendly. You can buy 20 cedis, 30 cedis. And if you're worried about being cheated with us, you can watch Fili as your cylinder gets filled. Plus, we have weighing scales at every station so you can double check the weight of the quantity filled. That's trust and transparency guaranteed. Let's protect Ghana for the next generation and this and the current generation. Remember, when the last tree dies, the last man dies. So refill your LPG cylinder at your nearest gas station and help save our forest.
Now the Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited's back to school promotion is here with us again. From August to September this year, Kingdom Books and Stationery is giving you a generous 10 to 20% discount on all school items like textbooks, pens, erasers, exercise books, and so much more. This is happening in Accra, Kumasi, Tama, and also Takoradi, Winneba, and Cape Coast. Parents, teachers, and students, please hurry while stocks last. For more information, call this number 050-648-7557 or 0302-764-209 or send an email info@kingdomga.com. You can also visit the website kingdomstoreonline.com. Kingdom Books, where quality and affordability are assured.
All right, well, quality is assured on Joy for the rest of the day, so stay with us. We're back tomorrow with more. Until then, keep it on Joy. Here's Danao Hami with a 10